I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Good morning! Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday, May Friday. It's going to be 83 degrees today. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. You got to love it. Kentucky Derby weekend. It's Phillies, Arizona. All there. Going to be a lot of fun this weekend. Going to be warm, the whole thing. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great week. We will party it up today. It's a Friday because, we'll act silly and we'll probably meander and go everywhere and kind of get it all together. The sad news, by the way, the Anthony Gargano Show presented by Trumark Financial Credit Union, trumark.com/PHLY. Well, we lost another bully yesterday. Eddie Van Imp passed away yesterday. And one of the things I started to think about was that team, this legendary team, right? So Ed Van Imp passed away. He also was he was the one who laid out the Russian that caused the Red Army team to walk off the ice during the exhibition where the bullies saved North America against the Soviet Union and the Red Army team. It was great stuff, right? So I started to think about like legendary teams. That team was legendary. Like it lasted up until recently, right? It lasted, it had this incredible prominence. Like if you said Broad Street Bullies, and to some it still exists, but like it was a legendary squad forever in this town. And when you think about it, we haven't had that many. Like the Phillies 08 was Charlie and world bleeping champions. Like that was there. The Sixers, other than 83, and even that, Moses, fo. That didn't really stand the test of time. And the Eagles, when you think about it, and I'm curious, because this Eagles team can be legendary. The Bullies win, and somebody brought it up yesterday. I think it was Pat McClune, who said the Bullies were like the Moneyball team. They won not with the skill. They didn't win the normal way. They won. They beat people up, and they won because they were physical. And they had some skill, but they were just physical. They were unique. This Eagles team has the chance to become the legendary of all legendary teams. I think what's next for the Eagles is for them to go back-to-back, like to go dynastic. And they can do it with their defense and the way their team is built. They can easily do it. And that's what the only thing is that's truly missing in Philadelphia sports is a dynasty. We've never had a dynasty. That Bullies team won 2 cups, and they got to the finals in 76 and lost to the Canadians. This Eagles team has a chance to become the greatest team in Philadelphia history. And a little byproduct off of that, because I'm curious, which is interesting about it. Nick Sirianni, it's amazing. He gets no attention. I remember in 18, Doug wins, and Doug is toast of the town. Sirianni, I don't even sense it. I think you get more Vic love than Sirianni love. I think there was more Kellen Moore, I think it was more of that. But there are a couple things I want to explore today. But this Eagle team can become the greatest team in history. Right now, I think that Bullies team is the most legendary team. And this Eagles team has a chance to surpass it. Good morning, VG.
Happy Kentucky Derby Eve. How are you?
Oh, you like the Derby?
Yeah, I love the Derby.
You do? I didn't know you were a big
It's the most exciting
Derby guy.
2 minutes in all of sports, bro.
No, but are you a big? You go to a party?
I
or-
usually do. I've thrown parties. I've had parties. I go to parties. I drink juleps. I love bourbon. I like the ponies. Yeah, I'm going to
You do?
traveling a little
You're
bit. I'm
a
hoping
pony
to land
guy?
in time to see. Yeah, I like the pony, like the big races. Yeah, but I also like to go to a racetrack and just goof around a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
about
used to
you.
love what was it called? The turf club down by the stadium. Love that place, man.
Well,
You get all the smokers and all the old men with their program guides out.
you like that? You like the turf
I
club?
like that vibe.
Horseman VG.
I never would have thought that.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like
You
going.
handicap? Like,
Nah, man.
like Tucci's a pony. Boo, those guys, they're pony guys.
Yeah, they get the program and
They
figure it out.
handicap, maybe trainers.
What
and
meds
all,
are they on?
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you like
that?
flats or do you like jumpers?
I go by names, dude. I'm all about names. That's all.
What's that mean? I don't even know what that means.
Flat and the jumper? The
Yeah.
flats are the ones that do just the race, and the jumpers are the ones that actually like jump the hurdles. I learned that yesterday from
What is
Sam
hurdle? What?
from England.
What is hurdle racing?
You know, like horse racing, and then they have like the hurdle that you jump. You ever seen that?
So they steeplechase? Is that an Olympic event?
Dude, he's talking about a racetrack.
Yeah.
Thoroughbreds, just sprinting.
Talking about.
Talk about horse racing.
That's not horse racing. Jumping over
This guy,
curls.
you're probably a chariot racing guy too.
Yeah, yeah.
Lay back.
Dude,
Love
what
a
are you-
chariot race.
What are you talking about?
There's two types of racing.
That's not real race. No, he's talking about the track. Like the dudes go to the track.
The Derby.
Philly Park used to be the
Yeah.
Garden State.
Guard State, yeah.
Right? Like parks.
Yeah, the flats.
There's no.
What'd you say?
call
The
it?
flats and the what? A jumper?
A jumper.
Dude, no, just because you like the EPL, this isn't Britain.
Yeah.
All
Here
right?
we go. Yeah.
This is America.
No
we
offense.
with your horse racing is horse racing. This kid
The
today.
European horse.
All right, this kid today. Listen to this kid today. Right. First of all, he thought Eddie Van Halen was Eddie Van Halen. Right. He didn't even know who Ed Van Halen was.
That's a disgrace.
Total disgrace.
The second captain of this Flyers organization. One of the best defensemen
Well,
in
but,
history
like,
of this franchise.
Understanding the lore and
magnitude.
legend.
He's like Paul Bunyan the way he took care of the Soviets.
Right, the Czech heard around the
Yeah.
world.
Yes.
That was the Czech heard around the
Yes.
world.
I
We
know
were
of it. I know of it. I didn't
didn't
know his
know his
name.
name.
I didn't know his name. Yeah.
That's disgraziato.
I'm too young. I didn't see it.
No, too young.
Don't play the youth card.
This is worse than Black Friday.
No, don't play the youth card.
Worse than Black Friday.
This is worse than me not knowing Black Friday. Come
I
on.
don't
This
know
is
about
Ed
that.
Van Halen with the Russians. Come on.
No, you got to know your lore. You got to know it, dude. And then the third thing, because you made three colossal mistakes or three
Already.
gaffes.
It's 9:08.
Right, three gaffes.
Yeah.
You king gaff. He says, the Phillies tomorrow.
Diamondbacks coming in tomorrow.
Yeah. It's Friday. What planet are they off in baseball on a Friday?
Yeah. Other than some natural
I
disaster.
forgot
That's
what day
such
it was.
a non-sportsman thing to say.
I'm dealing with allergies. My
Oh,
mind is
don't
clouded.
give me allergies. I got way worse allergies every freaking day.
That you
a
do.
wa-
That you do.
Don't even try.
That you
He's a
do.
walking spore over here. You're
Yeah,
gonna
That
get
is
an
true. Yeah.
Yes, I don't want to hear your allergies.
I'm weak to it. All right. I'm weak to the
No,
allergy.
you're non-sportsman sometimes. You lose your way. I respect your soccer, but sometimes I think you think you're in England.
I might.
He wishes
Don't-
he was. Yes. Yeah, totally.
Flats or jumpers?
Flats are jumpers. No, I mean, in the chat, they're like,
Freaking
he's
talking
right. He's
about?
Chat
right.
is
There's
saying
flats are
I'm
jumpers.
right.
Yeah, you're right. In England, you're right. I've been to a lot of tracks. I've never seen a jumper event unless it's like, is it a
Listen.
steeplechase? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
but
Yes.
yeah, they have the Devon Horse Show, right? Like,
yeah.
like that's that's
The-
equestrian.
Yes.
Equestrian is different than horse.
Like show horses and stuff.
That's he's talking about
No.
racetrack. You're
Derby. Yeah. The Derby tracks.
Derby track.
Derby tracks. What's that?
Yeah. What the Derby, Kentucky Derby. Yeah. It's what he's talking about.
But what happens in Belmont? Is that a derby track or a stakes? Is that a stakes track in Belmont?
That's a flat.
Oh my God. Non-sportsman. You're a non-sportsman. It's true. It's true. He's a non-sportsman.
Sam from England says Andrew thinks he's in England and he thinks he's in America, Sammy.
We should just flop.
Really?
Him and I.
Sammy, all he wants to do, Iverson, his son, like he just wants Philadelphia. He knows way more about baseball than you do.
Probably. I'll swap with him.
Unbelievable. Let me ask you a question off of this. You would agree the Broad Street Bullies were the most legendary team in the history of Philadelphia.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
More so than the Phillies of 80 and 08.
I think Phillies-wise, I think the 93 team's more comparable. I think there's a lot of love about that 93 team and their personalities.
Yeah, well, you just played the dude. There's the dude. And
there's a lot of love for that team.
But here's the thing about them.
People love ducks,
they were
nails.
The problem is they were all jerk-offs.
I know, but they were our jerk-offs.
Yeah, like they were just stoned.
They're ours. They look like us. They're ugly. Like Philadelphia's always ranked the ugliest city back then. They look like us. I mean, they were us. I don't know. I think they're more lovable.
More lovable?
Yeah, I think, dude. The way people...
How do you know Jimmy and Chase?
Jimmy's polarizing.
Ryan
Jimmy's
Howard.
like my favorite Philly, but he's polarizing.
Come on. You're going to take the 93 Phillies over the 08 Phillies?
I'm just saying, as far as legendary and lore.
Fergosi was a crumb. He was ripping people in South Philly.
I'm not walking down the street with a Fergosi flag.
He said something about when you're all dating sisters.
What?
Did you hear me?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Fergosi said, the people in South Philly date their sisters.
Yeah, see, they're a bunch of curmudgeons.
No. Fergosi was king jerk-off.
Right.
Get the hell out of here. The 08 was a beautiful squad.
I'm not saying they're not.
I mean, 80 was they were all angry. Dallas was angry. Mm-hmm. Like, they won because they were fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Boa, Schmitty. 08, lovable. You go to 93?
I'm just saying in the scheme of, like, lore and legend, that 93 team, people wax poetic about that 93 team.
Yeah. I mean, I know Sealski said it yesterday. Mike talked about 93.
I mean, I don't have an affinity for them because I wasn't here, so I only saw every game every now and then.
Maybe Bladder over there will.
He's got South Philly weights on today. His sneakers.
Maybe Bladder will give you
it's his third time today. I've been counting.
How many times he goes to the bathroom?
Yeah, he's on 3 today.
He's on 3?
Yeah.
Just since you got in?
Since I've been here, yeah.
Wow.
I guess he's not strengthening that pelvic bottom or whatever he calls it.
I don't want to know about that. Yeah. You got Sixers is really just one team.
Yeah.
But
I don't understand how that was only one win, but
no, in fact, anything, they disappointed. They are the most disappointing franchise on the planet. Dude. Has there been a franchise that has let you down more than the Sixers?
No.
In its history?
No. It's not even close.
The list of mistakes, I bet you I could come up with 100 Sixers mistakes next week.
Next week? You do it by today, dude. The end of today.
Well, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. I'll write it down for the show.
Yeah.
I'll do the show called 100 mistakes. 100? Yes. Like the Wilt, we'll hold up the Wilt 100, right?
Yeah.
It'll be their 100 mistakes in the history of the franchise.
Great,
that's a great idea. I like that.
All right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll write it down. I'll work on it this weekend. 100 mistakes by the Sixers because they let you down. So there's nothing there.
I had a retweet because I saw someone put this out. 84-85 Sixers starting 5. Mo Cheeks, Andrew Toney, Julius Erving, Charles Barkley, Moses Malone. How does that not win?
I know.
How does that not win?
Well, you know what happened.
You got 1, 2. You got 4 Hall of Famers on that team?
Yeah.
3 Hall of Famers. Mo's not in, right?
No, you should be.
Yeah. Andrew get hurt?
Yeah, Andrew got hurt.
Yeah.
But even the year before that, they lost to the Nets. Are you kidding me? You know. Anyway.
Shizzy M says when you do that, it should be Ben Simmons holding the 100 sign.
Yeah.
Not Wilt.
Yo, Bladder man.
Johnny! Marks! He snubbed us.
left.
He snubbed us.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Oh, man, this guy's too good with his. He's trying to get out of here. He's got three beverages with him. He can't even open the door. He's holding so many beverages.
3 C4s.
I get 2 sick kids at home.
Oh my God, you guys are your sick kids, man. Germs
I just
all over
had
the place.
one all night. He was throwing up. I stayed away from him. But all night, he was on the other side of the couch. I had to be downstairs with him because he had to be close to the downstairs bathroom. And, it was a mess. He threw up in his bed. The older one was sick. Yeah, horrible, right? Like just, and he's the worst because he's sick. I feel bad for him, but the whole house, nobody can sleep.
He's one of those.
Oh, yeah. Like
Everyone's got to know he's in discomfort.
I'm looking at my phone. It was like 4:15, right? And I'm like, oh my God. I finally fall asleep. I hear, Daddy.
Oh,
Daddy.
man. Oh, that's rough.
I'm like, oh. Question.
Yeah.
The Flyers, all right? The Broad Street Bullies are the most legendary team in the history of the city that could be surpassed by this Eagles team. That's my thesis statement, all right? Eddie Van Impe passed away, so we're all talking about that. The Phillies, the legendary Phillies team, do you go 93 or 08?
Oh, wait.
Yes!
93?
Yeah, he goes 93.
I did not say I go 93.
Yes, you did.
I said
That's
this
a great
community.
app, by the way. I just saw
got
that.
it last night.
That's a great
It's
app.
great for the summer. Corduroy's real breathable, but I liked it.
That's all right.
Yeah. I said that.
Corduroy breaks it out and makes 95 degrees.
Yeah, I said that I think people have a fondness for that team more than the 08. Not me, but people in general in this community.
Nah, he's right.
I thought it was a trick question when you were asking. That's why I'm thinking, like, what are they trying to catch me? And it's just him.
Yes.
Is what are you talking about?
That's a great T-shirt. Like that. I love that.
Isn't that great?
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like it's that. Like supposed to look old.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool shirt.
Distressed.
Man, you're looking
Just
svelte.
try. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. No,
Thank-
she's slim. Yeah, working out's working for you.
Yeah. All right.
I got double pink eye.
All right. Good luck, Bladder.
Yeah.
Oh, pink eye.
Dude, look at all those cups.
Well, I left one here yesterday. That's
Cuz,
why.
what do you
He's drinking
do?
a Jolly Rancher
I
power.
went 2
Jolly
weeks without
Rancher,
one,
dude.
All right.
You're
so
such a.
good.
Oh my! Drink a cup of coffee. Be a freaking dude. Be a dude.
I already drank the coffee.
Look at my Jolly Rancher watermelon C4 power
Oh,
drink.
man.
Yeah,
They got
come
all
on,
this.
man.
Jolly Rancher.
You can make a cup of coffee. There's nothing in here but coffee.
Hey,
They're
I
not
got
sugar.
nothing but tea. Green tea, baby.
They
Yeah.
got like Skittles flavor.
You're
Ugh.
right.
Ah.
Exactly. So, all right. Let's get back to the theme.
Does this Eagles team have enough personalities
Yes.
to
Their
run
defense.
to run with the bullies?
Yeah. Barkley, the AJ,
Yes.
Hurts. All right.
I love Hurts, but he doesn't really have an engaging
No, I hear you.
personality.
No, I agree. I agree. O-line, Lane,
Like Ole.
Jordan Lane, Mailata with the voice of an
Singing,
angel.
The voice of an angel, yes.
All right, come on. The O-line, the offense. Then you got the defense. Hey, Coop,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his personality is like.
Cooper.
Reed.
Jalen, I could see.
Reed's got a personality.
Yeah, Reed
Yeah.
does.
I don't know.
Come on, dude, Jacoby.
Yeah, those bullies, though, were bigger than life personalities.
Well,
They were like wrestlers. They were like these
Okay.
huge personas.
Yes, they were. But my point is that this is a young squad. They've already got one.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get more.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have like Regal. A.J. Brown's got a great personality.
I love
Barkley,
A.J. Brown. Love
right?
Barkley. Yeah.
Devontae, Slim Reaper.
Yeah, I mean,
they're right there.
they are right
And
there.
if they win again, they become.
Oh,
there's
they win
there's
again,
a
forget
window.
about
There's
it.
a
They win
window.
again.
There's the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
They could become the legend of all legends in
Yeah,
this
of
town.
course.
That's what's at stake.
And I think it is.
What's your chat say?
I
Chat
see.
down with that?
Peel and Onion say is Hurts' personality consists of not having a personality.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I should have said Hurts.
Not knowing someone off a football field and out of their helmet does not mean no personality cash per se. I don't know. No, everyone's. What are they talking about here? Talking about Simmons. They like the 100. Yeah. No one's, we don't ever have a bunch of chat yet about. The dynasty, whether they be as revered in this level. I mean, they'll be as revered.
I think so. The way football is in this town.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think it's got to be.
It's weird. I don't know why there was the love of Doug and Nick. Like, we got the statue. Well, that's the greatest play ever. But we love BDN in a way that
I feel like Doug was like this bubbly guy. He had a personality. He was like the ice cream guy. You always saw him with the Haagen-Dazs. And he just had that personality. I feel like Nick doesn't have that warm, welcoming personality that Doug had.
I don't know if I don't feel like there's not. I love this Eagles team. There's not a lot of guys I'd want to go have a beer with, but I love them as a football team.
What do you mean, a lot of guys you want to have a beer with?
I don't know.
I think so.
I'd have a
Jalen Carter. I want to have a beer with.
I'd have a beer with Nick.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like having a beer with Nick would be fun.
By the way, we're going to have Joe Watson on to talk about Eddie Van Imp at 11.
Okay.
All right. So I texted you.
Just got it. Yep.
All right. So you gotta text him now.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Vic, I want to have a beer with.
Yeah. Is Sirianni? Is he just unlikable?
I don't know if he's unlikable. Is he likable? I guess. Can you just be neutral?
I don't think.
Where you're like, I don't dislike him, but
listen, I don't. If anything, Nick's not neutral. Either you like him or you don't. The more people don't like him, or is he? I don't know.
I don't know. For this, I feel like Fangio's getting more credit for this Super Bowl than anybody.
I put a poll up in the chat while you were talking about who deserves credit or if Nick deserves more credit. And outstandingly, everyone's saying that he does. I mean,
see, here's the truth of the matter. You know, people go, well, he didn't coach one side of the ball, right? Yeah, but he had this team together, and he's the one who made sure that they were in pads. He gave them that physical toughness, and his players love him.
I know.
Those players love that dude.
Well, they see a different side of him than we do. In his press conferences, I don't know. He doesn't seem like, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't want to really chill with him. I want him as my coach. I love what he's doing.
Now, Tasty Cake Dom goes 93 over 08.
I'm telling you, they're out there, dude. I'm not making this up.
He loved them.
I know.
Dutch, Kruk, Dykstra, Inky.
Yes. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
They are out there. There's a lot of love
over
for that squad.
That's amazing to me that you would go 93 over 08.
I got to say, I think there's a lot to choose from that 08 team. I was just down at the ballpark last night.
Right.
I see a ton of Kruk jerseys. I don't see as many. If I go old jerseys, there's 0 Pat Burrell jerseys. I didn't see any J-Rolls last night. But Kruk, I had to see 6 Kruk jerseys last night.
Come on.
The Kruk thing, though, is that he's on TV and everybody loves the personality. They
love the personality of that team.
Yeah, but is it because he's a recent personality on TV and everybody just loves everything that he says? And is that where the love is for the jersey?
I don't think people love what he says. I mean, I don't know. You think he gets a lot of love?
I think
he's a lovable dude?
I think
Kruk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, people love John Kruk.
Yeah. I think people love him. Yeah.
Love him. He might be top 5 power rankings of personalities in Philadelphia that people love.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
dude.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He's entertaining.
Dude,
he's funny.
I think you're underestimating the Kruk love out there.
That's what I'm saying.
You say he's at, what'd you say he was?
Peel and Onion says Kruk alone wins for the 93. INS, I'm an
Kruk. I'm an LA guy. I'm LA greater than Kruk.
Larry Anderson?
I love Larry
Randy
Anderson.
Rubart, Kruk is every man's announcer. No, I'm telling you, Kruk is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I trust the chat.
And there's a solid, it's a solid maroon Kruk jersey they got going around down there. But
yeah, it is nice.
It's very, very
I'm
visible.
out of touch with that.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch with that because I'm an LA man.
Steve Sharp just said, yeah, Cuz is out of touch for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude, 100% Kruk.
You know why? I was never a Kruk fan.
Never?
Nah.
Huh.
No.
What did you not? What turned you off about him? Or
I had an incident with him.
Oh.
As a player.
Okay.
And listen, I don't hold it against them in that, you know, they were, this was later in years.
Mm-hmm.
They was after 93. I was a young reporter. And he was just a stone supreme jerk off, right?
Oh, wow, that's disappointing.
But I get it because I was media.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was a fan ant, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it was fan ant, I would hold it against him. But media,
right?
All right. But from that moment on,
yeah, I can see you're a little.
He
jaded.
went, and plus he went Italian on me, right? Like, you know, he thought I was from New York.
Oh, and you deserved it then if you.
Because I had the New York Post thing on.
Yeah.
He thought I was from New York. I'm like, no, dude, I'm from right around here. But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack Friel, 100% Kruk love. Squarely Nick. He's literally number one. Pat Canwin, top 5 personality easy.
Yeah,
Kruk
that's
is
why
Eddie Wright. Kruk is the GOAT.
Really?
Dude,
that's why I think the jersey's popular.
Then you guys are right. I go with the chat.
Yeah, Kruk is. So there's just this weird thing going on with that squad. And I mean, he's the
well,
figurehead of it. The
dude was
and
bigger.
Dutch.
And Dutch was royalty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I loved 08.
Yeah, me too.
That was my, like,
loved
08 was Jimmy, Chase, Howard. I mean, nobody's better than Charlie. So, you know, that's where I love that team. I don't know. I get, well, listen, I'll go with the chat. The chat knows. Tooch was saying yesterday, chat knows.
Chat knows.
Yeah. All right.
I got a poll going for it right now. We'll see what the chat says.
So, well, let me ask you, if you were going to rank the beloved teams, Bully's still over 93.
For me?
No,
I would think Bullies are number one. I would think Bullies are number one.
I mean, they were forever.
Yeah. And they were around. All those guys were around forever.
Right.
Yeah. But because we were so young,
this Eagles
the
team
80s feels for me is probably.
Surpass
the Bullies?
Yes.
I mean, if they win a second Super Bowl, sure, but I don't know if they're going to have the love of the Bullies. Every one of those guys was their own crazy personality for the most part. I don't know. It'd be tough. They're going to win they win the second Super Bowl, they're right there with them, but I don't know in 10 years from now.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
Well, 10 years from now, all the Bullies fans will be in nursing homes.
But here's the problem, though. They can't. In 1970, whatever it was, 4, 5, they were. You could be a character.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a character today.
Yeah, well, I think that hurts.
You got too many.
That's why it hurts.
Social media. I was having this discussion, and a little bit later on, when Danny D comes in, we'll talk about it. But I was having this discussion with a college football guy, with a GM, and we were talking about the kids' biggest issues, and because of social media, and because of phones, they're just like in prison. You can't be a character. Like the days of, Kruk 93, Dykstra.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, now if there were video going around, probably those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
but I mean, that's a handicap modern athletes have, so it's going to be hard for them to overtake those characters. I mean, even for me, the buddy team, they didn't win, but man, I have a real fondness for that team. Does this team overtake the space in my heart for that buddy team? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Something about that buddy team and Buddy and the fun of it. Even though we lost, that was a ride, man. It was fun. And this was amazing fun with the Super Bowl squad, but yeah, I don't know. I may have more affinity for the Buddy squad.
Really?
Really?
I don't know, man. I love this team. I
like this team a lot.
Defense,
I love this team, but
fast forward summer. I'll get the chat riled up again.
Oh yeah. a buddy driving around the stadiums honking horns and stuff.
Okay, well, I mean, that's just the lure. I
Well,
hear
that's what I'm
it.
saying. That's what we're talking about. The lure, kind of.
But this Eagles team, our dream defense, running games, O-line. This is what we love.
I know.
What do you need to have this team surpass the Buddy team?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
So there's nothing that you
There
can
was
like
just
point to
something.
that's like, oh, this is the
It's
reason
probably just
why.
a point in my life where I was like a teenager and we were just kicked to the curb with the Marion Campbell years, and then we had life. We had fun. We were respected. Reggie was here. I don't know.
Now we got two Super Bowls.
I know.
And about to have another one.
I know.
I mean, you want to talk about respect? You
Yeah.
got respect now. Everybody's talking Birds.
Yeah.
Like everybody's recognizing. You better recognize.
Yeah. Well, they're the
Birds.
gold standard right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we've never lived anywhere close to being gold standard.
The cream of the crop.
Never. We were never gold standard anything.
True.
This is it.
All right. Screw buddies teams. This is it.
All right.
Screw those guys.
All right. Lots to get to. It's interesting. So, isn't LA beloved? No.
Yeah, people love LA, but I think because he wasn't a great player, and he's kind of like, he's winding down. He's barely on. It feels like.
I know.
I feel like I've
He's not on TV. Hey, listen, Kruk McCarthy is very good.
Yeah, I think they have a good chemistry.
I
together.
love Tom.
Yeah,
and those two are great together.
yeah. I do like it when they have a third.
I'm a
though.
Ruben guy.
I like Ruben in there. I
I'm
like
a Rube
Cole.
guy.
I think we're lucky right now. I think the
Yeah,
people they
Cole's
have in the booth
great.
are pretty good.
I love Cole.
People hate Schmidt. I like Schmidt.
Me too. I've always loved Schmidt.
Yeah, and he's the GOAT. So let's hear his weird take on stuff.
Yeah, well, he's.
You got to be like that to be the GOAT. I feel like.
I agree.
Got to be a little
I
aloof.
agree. But like to me, nobody's better. L.A.
Yeah.
How you doing, pal? Like
LA last night. We're walking around because I went to the game last night. We're walking around Ashburn Alley. It's the play where Bryce, the ball goes through Bryce, and T-Mac says, I don't know if they'll call that an error. And Larry just goes, well, they should. Yeah, you love it. And all I hear is his voice echoing around Ashburn Alley. He's like, well, they should.
Isn't that the greatest?
Yeah.
Isn't that the greatest? Well, they should.
That's a superstar.
He's the greatest. He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Like he's the coolest, man. I'm a big LA fan. Anyway, all right, lots to get to. What do you got?
Brain's here, ready to go.
All right, we'll get the Brain in a second.
Brain wearing an Oilers jersey today.
Oh,
You got Oilers blue on
You
today?
should see him, yeah. It
Dude,
was good.
Dude, that was some great hockey last night.
Oh, dude.
Great hockey last night.
It was insane. The amount of points that were getting put up, the goals.
Oh, my God. It was wild. Lance.
Yeah, dude.
Pick up, Lance. Game 7.
They tightened it up for me. I was a little nervous at the end of the Oilers game. The Kings put the one in with like 2 minutes left.
I know. I was rooting Kings. All right, let's talk about some Ace.
Yeah, let's do it. Household repairs. None of us like it. I don't think. None of my friends like it. I don't like it. Anthony doesn't like it. And Ace Hardware Home Services, they're there, man. They're going to help you out. Take the stress and make it a little easy for you. So if you got something leaking, well, Ace Hardware Home Services, they're around the block with everything you need to fix it. And most importantly, they got the right people to do the job, which is hard to find. You got an air conditioning issue, you better check it out now. They got people for that. The faucet, you said, you fixed last fall. Well, they got people for that too, because they're not just the helpful hardware folks. They're also the helpful home service and repair folks. From plumbing to heating, cooling, they got trusted pros to keep your house humming all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services, they're bringing the helpful home, the helpful you love from the store, now right to your front door. So visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at www.acehardwarehomeservices.com and get started on your next home project.
All right, let's talk about the PARX Sportsbook online casino app. Phil's Arizona. Arizona's team, I asked you, I hate Arizona.
They're pesky, but I don't hate them.
I
don't know if they got enough players.
2 years ago, dude.
Oh, it was a
when
horrible
they
series.
lose to that team, that light pencil bat, like the soft tossers.
Wow.
That
was all because of your boy.
Who?
Remember Stubbs? He said, we're winning. I'm going to take a slide in that pool. Baseball guys were like,
and they couldn't hit that.
fat.
He's going tonight or tomorrow.
Phillies are minus 150 tonight.
Luzardo on the mound tonight.
Yeah.
I love the Fightins tonight.
All right.
I'm a Luzardo.
I'm
in fact, Luzardo over the strikeouts.
Let me see what they got him at.
All right.
5.5.
Yeah, there you go. Luzardo is going to K8 tonight.
Ooh.
That's my feel tonight.
What was over 7.5?
All right. So check out the PARX Sportsbook Online Casino app for all your action. The NBA, NHL, all the stuff that Brain and VG will go over today. We'll throw it all at you. And, of course, all the hot online slots, right? Live dealer blackjack, roulette, baccarat, craps. I mean, you name it. What's the slot of your choice today?
I don't know what I was at the game last night, so I didn't really play anything last night. But I've been hanging out with Artie Armadillo. I think he's fun. They got this one, Chili, but it's CHILLI, and it's all hot peppers. Different hot peppers come, and you get better bonuses.
Oh, really?
What was the one yesterday? Blue Wizard or something?
Oh, yeah, Blue Wizard.
Oh, that's right. He's hanging with the Blue Wizard.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of state of mind he was in with the Blue Wizard.
The Blue Wizard was
nice. Gummy state.
Yeah, that sounds like a gummy name.
Yeah, I had
Blue.
I told you.
What'd you have? You had the Blue Wizard?
Black Sabbath on.
Yeah,
Nice.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out the PARX Sportsbook Online Casino app for all of your action. New customers, in fact, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. BetParx.com has all the details. You got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Now joining us, the Brain.
Brain. Red, the Brain Finder.
Oh, there he is. La Brain.
I got to say something first. Heard what you guys were talking about, Eagles, like this era versus Buddy. Anthony, come on. This reminds me of the chicken parm thing that you said, except the other way. Buddy Ryan teams, to me, I know they didn't win a Super Bowl. I don't even think there's a comparison. To me, that was, if you're our age and you're not 20 years old, you couldn't see that team, that era. But the Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Randall Cunningham, Seth Joyner, Wes Hopkins, Andre Waters, that era to me, not only can't be topped, I'm disappointed in you. Legitimately disappointed in you.
Man, disappointed.
Actually hurt my feelings.
Wow.
So I'll tell you straight up.
Wow.
Forever, we've been waiting for the Eagles to be really, really, really good. And for you to like that team that didn't win a freaking playoff game over
significantly
this
more.
Team means
not even close.
You have self-loathing issues.
Not even close.
Not even close. I'm talking
means you have self-loathing issues.
Stunned.
It tells you a lot about your own insecurities. The fact that you're not striving for greatness, the Eagles can be dynastic. In my life, I just got a Super Bowl, and now I got a team that can be dynastic. That was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago that won it the way we love it. If you're a true Philadelphian, you love defense and running game, right? You got the home run hitting running back. You got a great receiver, A.J. Brown, who's every bit of CEO. You got a ridiculous defense. Oh, my God, dude.
Anthony, you know what? I think Michael Jordan was better in basketball than you, but I think you're a much better person. I love you a lot more. He accomplished more on the court than you did, but I like you a lot more. Yeah, this Eagles team accomplished a lot more than that Eagles team. I can't argue that.
You know what it is? It's a product of
that
youth.
Team just caught maybe it was my age at the time. I was in high school, and that's just, they've been bad for so long. It was exactly what VG said. They've been bad for so long. It was like they were, oh my God, it was just horrible. The Marion Campbell thing and just they were
you're right, but again,
they were bad for that 5-year stretch. It was just
but
8 years,
look what's in front of
82
you.
and 88.
Like this idea, listen, I love nostalgia. I do. I love nostalgia. Yeah. I love the past, and I enjoy that stuff. However, not to the point where you don't see what's in front of you. What's in front of you is greatness. That team is that
team was great.
Great, and they're freaking awesome kids. They're great dudes. I love that team. I mean, I do. I look at them and I go, What's not to love about Lane Johnson, about Jordan Mailata, Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae, then all the kids on defense. Oh, my God. And then you got the wily defensive coordinator and the hot-headed head coach. It's a great team.
I guess if we were like in the court of law, I'd say, all right, it may be a great team. I preferred Buddy Ryan as a coach, rooting for him more. I enjoyed him more.
Yeah,
I enjoyed Reggie White,
you were
Seth
16
Joyner,
years old.
Clyde Simmons. I like Randall Cunningham
but if we're
1,000
16
times
years
more than
old,
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's only because we're 16 years. Yeah, do I like Randall better than Hurts? Yeah, I do. I love Randall. Okay, I did.
Yeah,
I love Wes Hopkins. Loved Wes Hopkins.
Love Wes Hopkins.
Seth Joyner. Love Seth. I still love Seth Joyner. Right?
Yeah, he's
Reggie
the best.
Jerome. But guess what? I love me some Jalen Carter. I think that kid is a freaking beast.
He's great.
All right?
He is. He is great.
My only point to you is you're now a 50-year-old man. All right? So you can't objectively look with your heart now the way you did when you were 16. Unless you actually open your eyes.
There's two teams, Anthony, in my lifetime that really, really, maybe the 2008 Phillies were pretty high too, but I would say that Eagles teams with Buddy Ryan, that Phillies era I really did like with Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley. That'd be a second. And for me, I went to Michigan. The Fab Five was probably number one of anything. I love that.
Really?
But that was probably my number one of anything.
Funny.
I was there.
They had my least favorite college player. In fact, he's a hate to face for me.
Wait, Michigan? The Fab Five?
Yeah.
Is he a coach?
No. Well, he was their best player.
Oh, C-Web?
Hate Weber.
Oh, yeah.
Passive. He was another McNabish type.
That's actually a great, I got to tell you something. That may be your best analogy you've ever had in your career. That actually is so spot on. I could sit in a room for 30 years. I could never beat that. He's the Donovan McNab of basketball or football, whatever you want to say. Like they were great, but there was just something about them that they just, I don't want to call them losers. That would be unfair.
No, there was something unlikable. There was something
unlikable that they just, that it was just off kilter. That just there was something like the movie, something about Mary. There was something about them.
See, Webb was a half a loser, right? Like, let's be real.
No, I agree. Like, I agree. There was something about those two guys you just could never really embrace. But I'll give you that. But I just I was there. I love that era, but I don't know. I just love that.
Well, the most beloved team in the town is we got. I brought this up because of Ed Van Impe passing away. I saw the Bullies, right? Like, I mean, that team, they predated us, and they lived on. Forever. Like Bernie Perron walks down the street, he still gets, Bernie. Only the Lord saves more than Bernie. Like,
that was the best ever. Yeah. And I remember the Russia game remember the Flyers played Russia, and like he knocked, I forget the guy's name, it began with the K, Kasparov, whatever. He knocked him out, and the Russian coach took them off the ice.
Or was that the
and the Russian coach took them off the ice to whine about a guy getting hit. Flyers won 4-1. That was an era, guys, when the Russian team was considered like the dream team of any sport. And the Flyers whipped them. And it was just, the Flyers played a certain way. But when I saw the Ed Van Impe thing, I grew up watching Ed Van Impe on all the broadcasts, and he just seemed like such a good guy. I was sad when I saw that or whatnot. But again, I'll go back to what VG said.
Yeah.
Take a look at the hit. We got it queued up.
Oh, let me see it.
Yeah.
Ed
Van Impe talking about the hit is hysterical.
I can look at that stuff all day long, though. How bad it brings.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Jay Greenberg. Jay used to work. Wow.
Listen to Ed Van Impe.
He ran into my elbow with his chin. And down he went.
Wow.
Ran into my elbow with his
chin.
Ran into my elbow with his chin.
That's a great Eddie Van Impe just destroyed him.
I got to ask you a quick question, Anthony. If this Eagles era is your favorite, what would be your second favorite?
For Eagles?
Yeah.
I love the Andy
lot to choose
era.
from.
I love the Andy
Yeah,
era.
I'm saying there's a lot to choose from.
But I would probably go. I'd probably go to Buddy years.
Okay, all right. At least you give me the silver medal.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
At least you give me second.
I mean, and I love the Andy years because I was around them.
So
too.
did I. Loved them all.
You know,
I loved them all.
But I
loved them all.
just want people to recognize, especially guys our age, right? Because sometimes you turn 50, you look at it and you're like, you lose the joy, because you become jaded. And what's in front of you right now is awesome. And those
you're right.
And
you're right.
And it's a great group. They're a great group of kids, man. They're awesome. Listen, I'm telling you, I love this.
I believe you. I'm not. It's just. I just remember it's what VG said. They had that bad stretch of 7-8 years, and it brought like hope to me again, and they were just fun and exciting. And that defense, my God, Anthony, that defense, VG, that defense was like nothing else to this day. Look, there'll never be another defense like that in the history of the NFL. I may not know much. I know that. Never.
By the way, real quick, Tooch has it. Valerie Karmanov.
Oh, there you go. I knew he with a K. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah. His elbow ran into my face.
Yeah.
My elbow ran into his face.
We were broken. We were broken when Buddy came here. And he fixed
I mean, that's exactly right. I was broken. We were I'm telling you, Anthony, you're not being fair. He's actually saying the truth.
How were we
He's broken? Just giving you the truth.
We were children.
Yeah, but dude,
I was broken.
Dude, why?
They were so bad. We couldn't even watch half the games because they weren't even televised.
That's exactly right.
I could argue the Ray Rose years were worse.
No.
Well, dude, they in 1998, that team was still a mock.
Didn't feel like the Marion. Didn't feel like it to me.
They were coming off of the Super Bowl with Vermeil.
Mm-hmm.
No, right. And then in all 1982. From 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87,
Buddy came in 86.
It was like 7 years in a row.
Buddy came in 85. No, 86.
Right.
Right after.
Right. Correct. And the first couple of years, they weren't that good, but they were kind of starting to get up. And then when they lost in the Fog Bowl to the Bears, that's when they won the division.
That was 87 or 88. Yeah. That was 87. I think it was
89, actually. I think it was 89.
Fog Bowl?
Or 88. Maybe it was 88.
Fog Bowl, because they lost 3 straight years.
Oh, you're right. You know what? You're right. They lost to the Rams as well. You're right.
And Washington.
Yeah, correct. They lost to 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Listen, maybe it was only 3 or 4. It felt like 300 years to me, maybe at that stage of my life.
I'm with you, Brain. It felt like forever.
I get it.
Yeah, it just felt like forever. And I just loved that group of that defense was so good. Byron Evans.
It was ridiculous. Listen.
But this defense is just as good? Is this defense just as good?
I won't even. You'll never see my face again. Stop it. Stop it. Don't even attempt it. Just stop. There's no defense as good as that defense. I don't even want to. Come on. You know it. Come on. Act like you don't know it. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, Zach Joyner, Jerome Brown, Wes Hopkins, Andre Waters. I mean, come on. I mean, Byron Evans.
It was a great defense. I love that defense. All right. You know, I was the kid walking around with a 48 jersey. I loved it.
Yeah.
I love that defense.
How many years was Eric Allen?
Great player. Great player.
Eric Allen, was he right after? Was he part of the Buddy?
He was part of the Buddy.
So glad he made the Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah.
So glad he made the Hall of Fame.
Then he went to the Raiders. Yeah. Yeah. He was great. All right.
Yeah.
What'd you think of last night? Great hockey last night.
Yeah. How about those Kings?
Well, freaking Oilers, man. That Texas, the Oilers beat the Kings. Right.
Let me paraphrase somebody last week. The wrong team's favored here. The wrong team's favored.
I thought the wrong team was favored. You know, it's interesting. It was 2-0. They outplayed them both games.
They could have swept that
then go to
series,
Edmonton.
the Kings.
They're winning in the third period.
Pick your nose.
And then there's 5 minutes to go in the game. They're up by a goal. They score a goal that they thought and that was kicked in, then deflected in, and then they challenged it. That whole series changed. And then Anthony, you nailed it in the next game when they're up 4-2 or 3-1 going to the third period. They completely changed the way they play. Look, I don't know, coaching, whatever. I've never seen a series change that drastically.
Yeah, you play prevent defense, basically.
And it just changed everything, Anthony.
They played it scared. They were scared of
deserve to lose.
You're scared.
They were. They played it scared of Connor, right?
They deserve to lose.
And that's that.
Let's just hope we don't see Skinner. If you want the Oilers, they can't have Skinner stinks. And they're riding the hot goalie right now.
No, they deserve to lose.
Yeah.
They deserve to lose. I give Edmonton credit. Look, you know what? You're down 2-0, and then you're losing at home going the third period, and you have the guts to pull that out. I give them credit. To win 4 straight games isn't easy against any team. The Kings were playing really well. Tip my cap to Edmonton. You know, that was an impressive
The
performance.
series have been awesome. Like that Peg St. Louis series, great series.
That's been great too. And I'm looking forward to the Game 7 of the Avalanche against the Stars. That's been I think you could argue those.
How
are the
about Rantanen?
I mean,
he had
incredible.
4 points in the second period.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, that was again, two Denver's. But I got to tell you, I watched the Denver. Even though again, as much as I ripped the association, I did watch. I have enjoyed the Clippers, Nuggets. It's been the one good series. Well, actually, the Clippers, the Knicks series. Was
By the way, Brunson ridiculous last night.
Yeah, Brunson was. You know what's funny? The Knicks. I got to tell you, if you're a Detroit fan, you look at that series and you're like, objectively speaking, we should have won 5 of those 6 games. We were the better team, and to lose that was kind of painful.
That was like the Sixers. Yeah,
that was like the Sixers. Yeah, Sixers should have beaten them 5 of 6 games.
They should have.
You're right, Anthony.
and they lumped down the stretch.
Yeah, they didn't get it down the stretch. But the Knicks really are not, man, I got to tell you. I mean, they're just not that good, I guess. I mean, they're just not that good. But they beat Detroit. I give them credit for that. But I cannot wait for Game 7 of the Clippers series last night. Clippers Denver. I thought that was a great game. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah,
it's going to be a really good game.
All right. Well, what do you got, boys, for the weekend? Let's go.
Well, let's just say we haven't seen Brain since Wednesday. I went 3-0 Wednesday. I am above 500. I am now 18-17 on the ride.
I believe I'm 32-34. All right, man. I'm getting beat. I'm getting beat. But you know what I got? I got.
The weather's starting to heat up. You're gonna smell that trash juice down in Florida, baby. Here it comes.
I also got a special play for everyone today. A special play. Which I've not busted out since the Joel Embiid guarantee lock I gave you before the year, which ended up being a push. But I said there was a 0% chance Joel Embiid would average 33 points this year based off his injury. I have something.
Wait, why did that push?
You needed 41 games.
Oh, damn. That's a shame.
Yeah. But I have something that is a piece of gold.
Okay.
Which I give out maybe once or twice
a year.
Who's starting, my friend Anthony? Who's starting it, me or VG?
I mean, with that tease, I mean, I got to hear what you have to say.
Plus, he's underwater.
All right, now, okay. Okay, all right. No, okay. Now, first, let me just say, this is a bet you may be like, oh, I mean, Brad, come on, you're laying such a big price. You're almost going to get angry with me. But I'm going to make the argument. I think this should be minus 900 bet. And right now on the PARX site, you could lay minus 305. And I'm going to say the only way I think I lose this bet is if there's an injury. And I really, and maybe the guy gets hurt. Tyrese Halliburton, the last 2 months of the year, is averaging close to 11 assists a game. His over-unders, and I think in game 1 is 10.5 assists. Who will lead this series in assist? And there's Mitchell averages about 4. What's his name? Garland averages a little over 6. Garland's over-under for game 1 is 5.5. Halliburton's is 10.5. Okay. So I would argue for game 1, just for one game, Halliburton should be minus over 300 just in game 1 against the Cavs. And a best of 7 where they have to beat him over an entire series where you have a, let's call it a plus 300 or 400 underdog to win every single game. I think it should be at least minus 900. Halliburton minus 305 to have the most assists in that series. I hate saying something's free money, but let me tell you this. If I could bet this, there is no amount of money in the world. You could say I can, if PARX has called me up and the president company said, you know what, Brad, you can bet whatever you want on this. I would take that Brinks truck. I'd be there and I'd be like, okay, let's dance. And I will take my chances I will lay minus 305 and I will be getting back that after Halliburton has the most assists in that series, I win. Now, could he get hurt? And he, after one game and I lose, of course. Is there a chance it's a 4-game series? Indiana just gets
No, you're
smoked.
right. No, I agree with you. Cleveland doesn't have an assist guy, so I agree.
I think this is a 9 out of 10
they'll
bet
have one
that I'm
guy.
laying 3-1 on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think this is Larry Bird at the free throw line, Steph Curry at the free throw line, laying minus 300.
All
All
right.
right. Being a man of the people, I would never give out a minus 300. It's a little too pricey. For
I
us
understand.
common
I
folks, minus
understand.
300. Jeez, oh man. I'm gonna go Blue Jays Guardians. I like the Blue Jays and Chris Bassett on the mound tonight. So I'm going Blue Jays. I think they're like minus 120.
He's pitching well. I'm gonna start with the Phillies. It's interesting, Anthony VG. You'll see Merrill Kelly's stats. You'll be like, oh, guy has a 4.41 ERA. He's having a bad year. Who was it, Richie Ashburn or Harry Cash? Incorrect. Incorrect. If you look at his stats, he's in 33 innings. He's allowed only 24 hits. He had one game where he gave up 9 runs and 9 hits in 3 innings. Outside of that, his other 5 starts, he's been dynamite. Luzardo's been as good as any pitcher in the NL. I'm taking under 5 in the 5-inning line. I trust both pitchers to allow 2 runs or less, like under 5.
All right.
I'm going on the ice. Blues Jets. I think the Blues win tonight. They're minus 120.
Why what happened to Hellebuck?
Crazy, right?
Buck
Yeah.
getting riddled, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's weird. You see this stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna go Tigers.
I'm
Angels.
I'm a peg man.
Okay.
Oh
Big
God, I
email,
don't want to
3
say
people
you
got-
guys. God forbid the chat's gonna go nuts.
I mean, you do it to yourself.
Tigers,
my friend.
Angels. Mike Trout on the DL. Okay, we know Scooble's going to pitch his 0 or 1 run in 5 innings. I don't love the Tigers lineup. I actually think Jose Soriano is a guy. Maybe I'm overrating him. I've watched him. I think he's an above-average pitcher. I do. I like under 4.5 runs. Tigers, Angels in the 5-inning line. I think that'll be. Let's call it right now. Let's say it'll be 1-0. So I like under 4.5 runs.
Okay.
All right, I'm going on the pitch. I think this game is tomorrow. Aston Villa and Fulham. I'm going to go Aston Villa minus 129 in regulation.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I feel like Villa's going to win that game. Yeah,
right,
that's
nice.
a good choice, man.
When you guys are in agreement on a soccer game, I feel it's like,
I know
You guys getting better than
the
that.
you know the president of Aston Villa used to be the president of the Sixers. Chris Beck.
I saw. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Tom
Yeah,
Hanks also
I did
owns
see it.
a portion of that team.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's an unders day for me, Anthony. I'm gonna go Nats Reds again. Mitchell Parker again had a bad outing his last game against the Mets, but he was pitched well last year. He's been dynamite this year. 37 innings, has a 2.65 ERA. He's only allowed 26 hits. He's been great. I have a soft spot in my heart for Hunter Green. He's like my favorite guy. Took under 4.5 runs from that 5-inning line as well. Again, I think the Reds offense, they had that one game against the Orioles, they scored 24 runs. Outside of that, this team, they had like 7 straight games. They scored 0-1 run. Don't trust their offense. Take under 4.5, Hunter Green, Mitchell Parker. Again, I think it's going to be another 1-0 kind of game. I like under 4.5 runs. I don't trust your bullpen.
What you got?
That's it. I got 3.
Okay.
So-
Any more?
Got one more. Sangoon Rockets under 22.5. The guy's averaging 19. Game 6. It's going to be a lower scoring game. Love under 22.5 points. It's one of my bigger.
Wow,
prop
you're
bets
all
I
the
put in.
unders. You're Dr.
I know it's an
Under
under
today.
day.
Hello,
It's
Dr.
an
Under.
under day.
They're under.
Under day. Under
There
day.
you
But,
go.
listen, every now and
Underdog.
then you got to do it.
Undertaker.
Yeah. All right.
Birds, man, Anthony. The Birds, the Buddy Ryan era. You should do me a favor. Take a poll on that. And let's people who ask the guys our age.
Listen, I could easily be wrong. I know that. I was already wrong.
I think the chat's going to lean with the current team.
I mean,
I'll poll it.
I was already wrong.
I'll poll it right now.
Younger people, VG.
I
That's
could be
people who
easily
are
wrong.
30
I
years
was
old,
wrong
20
with
years
the
old.
Kruk stuff earlier. I mean, but I just got to be honest. I love this team. Like, I want people to recognize it. You look at it, you're also making a living with this stuff, right? You look at it differently, dude. Not like when you were 16, I'm sure you were betting.
You're right.
100%.
No, you're well, maybe I was, but no, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. I agree. That's actually a very fair point. It's a very fair point what you just said.
Yeah.
Very fair point.
All right. Well, have a great
Very
weekend, brother. Good luck.
Appreciate both of you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday. Be good.
See you,
weekend.
buddy. All right. Coming up, I can't wait to a little Baldy action.
Chop it up with Baldy.
That shark.
Yeah, we got a little
How
shark.
big is that shark?
Big enough. See if it's big enough to scare Baldy.
50,000 pounds.
No, 5,000.
5,000.
I thought it said 50.
No, I think it's 5,000.
50,000 pounds.
I thought that's what it
25
said.
tons.
That's why I was blown away. I was like,
Mr. Steeplechase.
oh, Sam from England wants to call in, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. All right. Tell us about some of our friends like Ashley.
My pleasure. Spring's here. Allergies are blooming. And flowers are blooming. And so are the low prices at Ashley Furniture. You can spring into some savings right now at Ashley Furniture by saving up to 50% off living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms, and have it all delivered for free right to your door. Plus, you get long-term, no-interest financing, and you can save on top brand mattresses and get free delivery, free setup, and free removal. But don't wait. You got to spring in that savings now at Ashley, South Jersey, and Philadelphia. Financing is with approved credit. Minimum purchase required. Some exclusions may apply. See the stores for more complete details. So visit at your Ashley Furniture stores in South Jersey and Philadelphia, and you can also check them out, ashleyfurniture.com.
All right. Hey, let's talk about PARX Casino, Street Road Bend, Salem. And we told you yesterday, can we tell you again? Because you know who's coming to town at PARX Casino?
Yeah.
Who's coming to town?
Bill Bleep and Murray.
Bill Murray is coming to town.
It's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
He'll be at PARX Casino. The Bill Murray will be at PARX Casino. That's right. Only one show, Saturday, November 15th, 8 p.m. Now, here's the deal. He's taking a break from acting. Bill Murray headed to an entirely different stage. He joins forces with the Blood Brothers, Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia, a thrilling night of blues, rock, and roll.
Love it.
Do you know Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia?
I don't.
All right. Well, Bill Murray, the incredible actor, starred in all kinds of beloved movies like, Groundhog Day, Ghostbusters, you name it. All right. Formed by Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia, Blood Brothers is a culmination of over 45 years of experience, and together they've won awards for Blues Rock Album of the Year for their debut record. And Bill Murray will be there with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I'm just thinking back. Did you ever see him in Coffee and Cigarettes, a Jim Jarmusch movie? He's got a scene with Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang guys are like, Bill Bleep and Murray.
Yeah. One show only, Saturday, November 18th, 8 p.m. PARX Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale right now for these shows. Sounds of Taj Mahal, Kev Mo.
I woke up this morning, mama. Had him Steedsboro Blue.
That's June 6th. July 3rd, Gary Clark Jr.
Here come old Flap Top, he come grooving up slowly.
July 18th, KC, the Sunshine Band.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake your booty.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Shake your booty.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
It's September 6th, UB40.
Red wine.
All right. Comedian Brian Regan, November 22nd. Comedian Russell Peters, September 27th. PARXCasino.com to buy tickets for all shows. PARX Casino. This is how you win. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. This portion of the show brought to you by Rite Aid. RiteAid.com/PHLY for the store and pharmacy nearest you now.
He's booting up his computer. He had an update, he said. I just talked to him.
He had an update.
He had a computer update. So he said
Dude, I hate.
he'll be on 1
Nothing
second.
worse. You open up your laptop and it's like starts doing those updates. It's like, it's like a 3-4 minute process.
Especially when you got stuff to do.
Yeah. It's like when you wait till the last minute to boot up your computer, it's like, it's like just a kick in the junk. Not a fan of it at all.
No.
I mean, you don't really open up your laptop that often, do you?
What do you mean?
Do you? Do you work on a desktop or a laptop?
Laptop.
Oh.
No,
You use it like every day, don't you?
Yeah.
I thought he was a desktop guy.
No, I
No.
don't have a desktop. I have the laptop. I write every day on that laptop.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
You just don't do updates.
No, I do the updates. I just don't have the
He's
same
got,
reactions.
he's got like the Mr. Burns of laptops. He's got
Like from
every virus.
2008,
Every
like
virus
still.
he has, and he just cancels each other out, so his computer works fine.
Norton antivirus or whatever it was back in the day.
Yeah. Who's my Microsoft? I don't even know.
You got a doctor something.
Yeah. There was
McAfee.
Vinny.
Got McAfee.
Hello, Vinny. McAfee. I got Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
That's what I got. That's right. A couple things. One, Joe Watson will join us to talk about Ed Van Imp. We got our Rothman doctor to talk about Jihad Campbell. We have Danny D coming in. And, of course, TV Todd. So looking forward to that.
Can I give you, I was deep diving on Kentucky Derby. I got some facts. Can I give you a fact or two about Kentucky? So in Kentucky, it is illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. I don't know why you would want to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket, but you are not allowed to because apparently back in the day, horse thieves would put an ice cream cone in their back pocket and the horses would follow them.
What?
And they, instead of stealing, they'd be like,
that's
oh,
genius.
I didn't steal it. The horse just followed me. So you are currently not allowed to walk around the state of Kentucky with an ice cream cone in your back pocket.
That's good horse knowledge, horse thief knowledge.
Good, right?
I didn't even know horses liked ice cream.
Right. Who would think that?
Yeah.
They must have a
What
sweet
are they,
tooth.
like a butterscotch, a vanilla, strawberry.
Yeah. And how do you guys feel about ventriloquists?
I don't like them.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. The Vent Haven Museum in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, the biggest ventriloquist dummies collection. Over 1,200 dummies.
No, first of all, they're the creepiest things in the world.
You want to go to a museum with
Who
1,200?
wants that?
1,200 of them looking at you.
Yeah,
Who wants to do that? What's up, Joey? Joey's back. You
Terrifying.
look like you're normal now. You over your sickness? Yeah. I just had it, dude. I had the same thing. I spent Easter in bed. You know, I mean, it is what it is. And now the other bug's going through my house. The stomach bug. No, I'm good right now.
All right.
All right. I hear you, buddy.
All right.
I hear you. All right. Let's go to him. The one, the only, Baldy.
Baldy, Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Ay, Baldy, Baldy. Oh, he likes pizza and football.
Oh, Baldy!
There he is. What's up,
Morning,
superstar?
Coach. Happy Friday to you.
So what's on tap Friday, Florida? Like now, you got work past you. Like this is a good time for you right now.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. So I've got one more draft show to do today. We'll tape it in a little while, but it's the Fort Lauderdale Air Show. So the Blue Angels are in town, and they've been like buzzing here yesterday and today, just practicing. I was diving yesterday; it wasn't very good, but I literally could hear these Blue Angels at 30 feet underwater, like it was vibrating under the water like that. They're so loud. So yeah, Fort Lauderdale Air Show. We got a big party here. Cookout on Saturday, kind of centered around it. So it's kind of the beginning of the second vacation season. I have to do something in New York City next week, but I should be in Costa Rica and Belize by the end of next week, I would think.
Hey, Baldy, does the noise from the planes affect the sea creatures? Is that why it wasn't great diving?
I don't know. I mean, it just wasn't good visibility yesterday, and water's been kicked up. It's been, the water is different every day. It was a little angry yesterday. It's a shame because it's hogfish season, it's grouper season. Like, to get down there and get some of these fish right now would be awesome. But yeah, I couldn't see anything yesterday. But I don't know, like the noise, I feel like it should be affecting the birds, everything. It's just, the sound barrier is getting broken out there, man. It's just like loud, really loud. So I'm not sure if it does or not.
That's not Belize, cause he's going to Belize.
Of course he is.
I Belize, man. That's awesome. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Do you do a derby party? Do you do anything for the Kentucky Derby?
So my buddy is Kenny McPeak, who won the Derby last year. We did a business deal together like 5 or 6 years ago. It didn't go too good. But nevertheless, I became friends with this guy. He won the Derby last year. He's got a horse in it. The Oaks. So it's interesting. I went there with him like 4 years ago. So he lives in Lexington. Obviously, the Derby's in Louisville. It's, hour drive or whatever. But they have a big race today called the Oaks. And so it's $1 million plus stakes. But that's a lot of fun by itself, especially if the weather's good. I don't know what it is in Louisville, but I'm a big Derby guy. I'll be watching tomorrow for sure. But once you go to the Derby, like you feel like you'll never miss another Derby. Like just the pageantry, the atmosphere, the history, Churchill Downs, the whole thing. Like it gets inside of you, man. It's a big deal.
Who's your pick? You have a pick?
I haven't really looked at I haven't really studied it yet. I want to see some of the trainers. I don't know if Bob Baffert is Baffert in it this year, or is he still suspended for doing stuff?
He's got 2 horses this year, but he's got one who's got like the one post, which is never won, I think. So he doesn't have great positioning, but he's got 2 horses.
I would never bet against Bob Baffert, man. That guy's he's ruled the racing for a long time. But I don't know. Like I got to see what horse Kenny's got in there. But yeah, it's yeah, I kind of start there. I start with the trainers, and then maybe some of the jockeys, and then depending on what the weather's supposed to be like. Because I was there 4 years ago. It was just, it rained the whole time. It was nothing but mud, And so, you see those jockeys, they've got like 7 different goggles, and they just peel. Once one gets dirty or muddy, they just peel it off and just keep jockeying through it,
I didn't know that. That's good.
Hey, Baldy,
that's good jockey knowledge by Baldy.
Yeah, it's good jockey
everything knowledge. I want to see if you know this, Baldy, because I found this Kentucky. There was a Kentucky meat shower in 1876. You ever hear of this?
No.
Red meat was falling from the sky in Bath County, Kentucky.
That's our dream.
Near Olympia Springs. Yes. And the only thing historians are now thinking, it could have been a flock of vultures all vomiting simultaneously red meat down onto this town.
It really was a red meat
there's some
storm?
folklore there for sure. I'm not familiar with that. Maybe I need to read up on it. But I can't imagine vultures giving up the red meat. That's what they feast on.
Yeah.
They're vultures. So,
red meat just falling from the sky.
Man, and listen, if there were tomahawk steaks falling from the sky, that'd be all right, man.
Yeah.
That would be nice. All right, before we get into the draft and some football, Baldy, you're a man of the sea. You are Jacques Baldy, all right? Would you get in the water with this thing?
Yeah. Or what's your reaction with this thing?
So look at it.
I'm following it. I see a dorsal fin. I can't tell what it is yet.
Look how big this thing is.
Obviously it's it is a shark. Looks like it looks big enough to be a white shark, great white shark.
So that is a great white shark. Now, do you want to read its dimensions?
They're saying it was 25 to 30 feet long and about 5,000 pounds.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't get in. No. Great whites. Great whites. You talk about folklore, meat falling from the sky. Like, there's stories in the eastern end of Long Island where great whites migrate a great deal of local fishermen, catching, got the great white hooked, and the great white's pulling the boat. Like that kind of power. Like that's like whether that's true or folklore, but you hear those stories with fishermen out there. Like there's a great fishing channel between Montauk Point, the most eastern end of Long Island, and Block Island. Like you can see Block Island on a good day. But the stories of fishermen in that region and great whites pulling the boat, like I don't discount it. I'll say that kind of power.
Is that something like, would you get a heads up if you're diving? Would you get a heads up? Is that something you could see in the distance coming quick at you, or?
Well, you can hear. You can hear whales. You know when whales are in the water, you can hear, but their sound travels for hundreds of miles. But I don't know that you're going to get a heads up. If I saw that shadow coming at me, I'd be hitting the surface pretty quick.
Wow, that thing's a monster. 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, and it's off the coast.
Yeah,
of
but
Martha's
25
Vineyard.
feet. 25 feet. That's a decent sized whale. 25 feet.
Really?
Like that's enormous.
And that's a great white shark.
That's like the size of a whale shark.
Yeah.
Those whale sharks that just are harmless. They just eat plankton. But I've been in the water with whale sharks. But you know what you're seeing. Like you can see them. So, they migrate off the coast of Mexico. So I went down and dove with those whale sharks, but they don't present any fear. I guess they could swallow you, like their mouth. They feed with their mouth open, bottle position. So I guess
that would not be fun.
Who's that? Who was it? Jonah? Is this swallowed in the whale? That's
yes, that was Jonah. Yeah,
there's reports of that happening where people have been swallowed and then spit out by whales. But I wouldn't enjoy that.
All right, let's talk a little football, and let's put to bed the 2025 draft. And if I said to you, Baldy, the teams that you really love what they did, that you looked at it and you went, I really like their drafts, who would it be?
Well, I like the Eagles for sure, and not just because we're on here in Philly, but I like the Eagles draft. I mean, I want to see what they do with the linemen they drafted. They drafted 3 guys. Like, I just want to see Drew Kindle, Miles Hinton. I want to see what they do. But I think the first 3 guys have a chance to be on the field day one. We'll find out May 14th about the schedule. It might leak, but I think the first 3 guys could easily step on the field week 1 as a starter or a major contributor. I expect Jihad Campbell to start next to Zach Vaughn. I know Ty Robinson's going to get in the rotation, whether he starts or not. So I like the Eagles draft, but like Seattle intrigues me because I love Jalen Milroe. Like, I know right now that people say he can't throw, he can't hit the broadside of a barn. He couldn't throw it in the ocean. I mean, I know all this stuff. They say, but it's not true. The guy's got a rifle. Now, does he have to work on his fundamentals and all that? Yeah, all that stuff's got to work. But Jalen did, Josh Allen did, and they're elite players right now. So, but his athletic ability rivals anything we've seen from Lamar. So I like Seattle because I like Gray Zabel. Like, he might start at center or left guard for him. So that's really good. I like Emanwari. Like, you put him in that secondary.
I love Emanwari. I
the guys
love that
kid,
kid,
I mean, they could have Legion of Boom too. Yeah. It's not out of the question. And Elijah Arroyo from Miami.
Yeah, you loved him.
At the Senior Bowl, I was telling you this, at Senior Bowl, he ran the best routes of any receiver. Now, he's had issues staying healthy and all that, so we'll find out. But I like this kid, Torrey Horton, from Colorado State, is just a flyer. So, I mean, I think Seattle did good. I like the 49ers had to rebuild their defensive line. So, they get Michael Williams and Alfred Collins right away, and then they get, CJ West from Indiana. Like, they might have gotten 2 starters and a rotational defensive tackle. They needed that in the worst way. So, did they help themselves out? And they got a linebacker, this kid, undersized kid from Oklahoma State, Nick Martin. Like, I know his agent real good. He put me onto him back at the Senior Bowl or back at the Combine. Take a look at him. The guy's a machine, but he's 219 pounds, like a pumped up safety. But I like them. I like what the Raiders did, only because, like, people forget about Chip. I know Chip is like not a name to remember in Philadelphia, but Shane McCoy won the rushing title that first year in Philly in 2013. And so you go out and you get Ashton Genty. And Pete wants to run the ball. Chip just had 2 guys go at number 36 and 38 in the draft. And Henderson and Judkins. Like, he's all about the run game. So I like the Raiders because they drafted Genty, and then they'll have a plan for him, and then they're going to build around the run game. They're going to commit to it. A lot of guys give lip service to it. So, those are some teams that jump out at me right now.
How about the division? So if you start with the Giants, like, what do you think Jackson Dart is going to be like? And obviously, he doesn't have to play. So you got the 2 veterans, you Jameis,
but I would disagree, cuz I think he has to play.
Okay.
It's one thing. Like, I went back and looked. Okay, Aaron Rodgers was the 24th player taken in his draft in 2005. Marino was the 27th player taken in 1983. Like, he's the 25th player taken. We know what Jameis Winston is. He is a double agent. Like, I don't even know why they would keep Jameis Winston on the roster. If you want to start Russell Wilson right now, okay. But he finished horribly last year. He's on his fourth team now in 5 years. Like nobody feels like Russell Wilson is an elite player at this stage of his career. So you trade up to get this kid with the 25th pick. Like, do you really want to not play him and not get some level of value in his first of 5 years that you get for him? Like, I want to get him on the field. I don't really care to see Jameis Winston. Like, and especially if they get off to a bad start. If they get off to a 1-5, 2-6 start, like, throw Dart in there. Let's see what he's got.
I mean,
I wouldn't argue what he is.
I wouldn't argue with you if you did it, second half of the season or whatever you want to, at some point during the year. But I don't think that kid's ready to play. And I think I think it's like you brought up Milroe. I think Milroe's 2 years. He needs to go back to.
I'm not advocating for Milroe.
Okay.
But he was, Milroe was.
I mean, I watched that Michigan Bowl. I watched every one of his games, right? And that kid, you're right about his athleticism, and he's got a strong arm. He's wildly high. He has to see what he's looking at. Like I think these kids need to be nurtured a little bit.
I don't think there's any question. Like, I don't think, but you watch the game against Georgia. I mean, he ran through Georgia. Like, they couldn't tackle him. And they've got nothing but first round picks on that defense, and they couldn't tackle him. He made him look silly. Like that, he's got rare ability to run. Now, I would, like, if I was Mike McDonald, just like when they drafted Donovan here and Doug Peterson started, they had a package for Donovan literally week 1. Now, I'm not comparing Jalen Milroe to Donovan at this stage. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I would have a package for him to put him on the field. Just to, like, okay, you want to start, Sam Darnold. Okay, fine. You've got, you got a backup quarterback there. Like, I'm not afraid to put him on the field week 1. Let him go out there and just get his feet wet a little bit. But, he needs a lot of work. I'm not denying that. But I think he's the 92nd pick in the draft, cuz. Like, to me, all right, it's worth a gamble, and it's worth trying to develop him to see what he can become.
And Dart, you like.
Well, I think Dart's further along. Look, he started 40.
He is further along.
Games.
I don't deny it, but I don't think that kid can come in. I don't think he's that. I mean, listen. I'll defer to you.
Well, look. We started this whole process by saying this draft class was not going to be good, and there's none of these kids that got taken. I mean, Bo Nix would have been taken over all these guys. They got taken, including Cam Ward.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been taken over.
Yep.
So Michael Penix would have been drafted over these guys. So, but you play 40 games in the SEC. You beat Georgia. He's got good athletic ability. He can pull it down and run it. He's got a good arm. He was a high pick at USC by Lincoln Riley, and Caleb Williams came in. All right, that's what quarterbacks do. They transfer out. Caleb comes up as number 1 player in the country. Like, I'm not going to sit around here and back him up. So he goes to Mississippi and starts 3 straight years for Lane Kiffin. So I think there was a lot. And I know the college game is totally different, but I do want to see what he can do, because I think he has a chance to develop.
Okay.
But on top of that, though, you go and you get, Abdul Carter, you get Donovan Roku, who's an elite pass rusher.
Ezeraku. Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, he went to Dallas, but you get Darius Alexander, who a lot of people thought coming out of the Senior Bowl, he could be a first-round pick. You get him, he's probably going to play a lot next to Dexter Lawrence. I love Scatterboo. Like, I think he's going to be a giant favorite.
Yeah.
So I think, and then they got this lineman for Purdue, Mbu. Like, Mbu's a good player. Like, he played guard or tackle.
Yeah.
But, they needed to kind of add some bodies to the offensive line. I kind of like what the Giants did.
Yeah. Dallas, I like, you brought up Ezeraku. I actually like what the Cowboys did.
Tyler Booker Booker was my favorite lineman in this whole draft. So, Booker's there, and, this Savone Ravel, like, I don't know, like, he got injured at East Carolina, but he's got all the size and ability that you're looking for at corner. So, Jaden Blue is a, change of pace back out of Texas. He had to wait his turn with all the running backs that's come out of there. But, he's got a burst to him. all these running backs ran the 4.4s. He's just a little undersized, but I think fixing the offense line always seems to the Cowboys.
You know what's funny is like I almost feel magnanimous. Like, the division, I think the Washington, sneaky, I think they all had good drafts. Because the Eagles, I think, are so good. Like, we're almost sleeping. I brought this up earlier about Ed Van Imp died, right? Now, he was one of the big defensemen for the Flyers during the Broad Street Bullies run. Yeah. He hit the Russian, right? They let them storm off the ice. And we were talking about that team, that Bullies team was bigger than life forever, right? It was probably the most legendary team in Philadelphia history.
Yeah.
I think this Eagles team has a chance to supplant it.
I mean, I do you think there's anybody as likable as Bobby Clark on this Eagles team?
Okay, so yes,
he's my favorite hockey player. I'm only bringing him up because he's my favorite hockey player of all time.
Yeah,
and beloved.
Yeah, I do. I think to this generation, I think Saquon Barkley. I think
fair enough. Fair enough.
AJ Brown, Lane, Mailata. The way we look at this, the way we love, the Eagles in this town, we've never seen a team this good ever. Like, they've been good, Andy. 18, they win. They were good, but they weren't, that wasn't a historic team. This team can be historic.
Well, it can be
dynastic.
Right. It can be, because if they play defense the way they finished playing defense last year, I mean, look, I played with Reggie and Clyde and all those, all those guys. Seth, I mean, that defense is legendary. Now, they didn't win anything, but they were a legendary defense. I mean, body bags, you name it. But this defense, the way they played, the way they took the ball away, they had 12 takeaways in the postseason. So we've never seen anything come close to that. So if they take the ball away, lead the league in takeaways, up there in sacks this year, and these young guys keep developing, and Vic does what he did last year, I think you're right about this.
All right, VG.
I hear what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know if
I
don't know if they got the personalities larger than the game that the Bullies have.
We're looking at it through the eyes of 50-year-old men.
I know.
You look at these kids, Cooper, right? Look at these kids are lovable.
They're very likable,
They're
lovable.
a lovable group.
They are.
I think it's interesting that you bring, like, if you bring up Cooper DeJean right now, like, he has a chance because of his style of play. We just began to see some, because he didn't start right away. We began to see some of his personality. Now we're seeing who he trains with and who he's working out with and all this stuff. Like, he has a chance to be a real star in this town. And we don't know anything about Quinion. We just know he's a great player, but he's very quiet, said very, very little, which is a good way to be a rookie anywhere in this business, in any sport. It's good to act that way. But I have a feeling when they start miking him up and you see the junk that he talks on the field and the way that he chirps and then the way that he backs it up, like, those are two guys that could climb just because they're so young in his first year and he won a Super Bowl in the first year. But if they take another step in their development here, and we all see it, we get to know them. I mean, those two could be two guys that people could really fall in love with.
Yeah.
Jersey scales, appearances, the face of the team. Like, I could see that. Like, I want to go out to training camp this year and see Quinion against AJ. I want to see Cooper against, Devontae. I want to see some of those matchups.
Yes. And then the rest of that front seven. Come on, Zach Baum was terrific, right? Heart of the beast. You got a.
I am not saying they're not talented and super skilled and excellent at everything.
Jihad,
I'm just saying
got the great face,
the personalities.
Jihad, we're gonna love Jihad Campbell.
I hope so.
I'm bullish, man.
And you got Nick. You got Nick. I mean, that guy went from being on the griddle to being beloved. You know, I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a turnaround in this town of any coach quicker than Nick. I mean, because those first 6 weeks of the season, he seemed he was on a slippery slope. Some of the things, decision making, you know, I mean, getting in some tussles with fans. Like he wasn't making too many good moves to start the season.
No, I didn't. He's turned me around. I used to be an anti-Nick guy. I love him, but I don't know if he's kind of polarizing in town too. He feels like we're underappreciate him. It feels like as a fan base, I feel like. No?
Well,
yeah, I do. I think he's underappreciated.
Yeah.
Everybody went crazy over Doug. I mean, look at this dude. Baldy's right. I mean, this dude was on a grill. And he made him tough, right? Like,
I mean, our most famous football coach never won a Super Bowl, and Dick Vermeil. I mean, Dick Vermeil is beloved, and rightfully so. Like, he's an amazing person.
Yes.
But, like, he was the most loved coach in his town and might still be. And they never, you know, they got embarrassed in their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Buddy never won. We love him here.
Buddy never won. He was, 4 years here. He was beloved. Couldn't even win a playoff game.
Yeah.
And he was beloved. So it's weird the way we sort of attach ourselves to coaches in this town that, you know, Doug and Nick now have, you know, they've got the Super Bowl, you know, the Lombardi trophies to their name. And they should be in Broad Street lights, and we don't put them there. And so it makes you kind of think, like, what is it that connects these coaches to the fan base? And maybe it's going to change, to your point. We're a bunch of 50-year-old guys, you know, talking about this stuff, Broad Street bullies, and these kids don't know anything about it. And so what changes now going forward with social media and all that stuff?
Birds! I got one little nugget for you, because Danny D, the AD's coming in shortly. And I was talking to a college football GM this week.
Okay.
The guy says to me, we will recruit anywhere from 5 to 8 high school kids. That's it.
That's it. Everything else is the
portal. Now, they're a top program. Everything else is portal. That's seismic.
Yeah, it is. The whole thing is seismic. The whole thing. I mean, we're going to see. I mean, college football was awesome this year. The playoffs, everything was awesome. For fans, it was awesome. But it's really, we probably have a base of 40 teams right now that can do what you're talking about. But it's going to shrink.
Yeah.
Like you saw where Ohio State wins the national championship. And how many millions of dollars did they lose? Like, that's not a sustainable business model.
Right.
Right? Even for Ohio State, it's not. Because everybody else is going to suffer. Every other sport is going to suffer as a result. So how many schools, and you know, you look at, say Mississippi, the entire defensive line got drafted, right? So, and they're all highly paid players. One of them, it was Walter Nolan. Like, that kid was the #1 high school player in the country.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting him from A&M in the portal. So how many schools can realistically compete? Is it going to be down to 20? Like, is it going to shrink even more?
It's going to be wild.
Problem.
Because he told me that the rest of those, a lot of the schools are going to be like the minor leagues for basically SEC Big Ten.
I see. I totally, without even thinking about that, I agree with the statement. Yeah. I want to kind of filter that a little bit more.
We'll go further. We'll deep dive with it. But let me know when you come back up. So I want to see.
I'll be there next week, cuz.
Okay, perfect.
All
right, brother. Enjoy the weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Here he is, the Baldy. Legend, Baldy. Hey, every other Friday, we love it. And every Friday during football season, we love visiting with our doctors from Rothman Orthopedics.
Yeah, we do.
Rob, you want to talk about keeping us in motion. How many times did I tell you about Rothman, right?
Yep.
Being with the kids, being able to have movement, getting us back to doing what we love. And the beauty of all of our doctors, there's a team for every body part.
I know it well.
shoulder, in your case, neck,
cervical spine. There's lower spine, neck specialist.
Yes, knee, ankle, elbow, you name it. And today we talk to a renowned Dr. Kevin Friedman, and we're going to talk about Jihad Campbell's injuries.
All right.
So I'm looking forward to talking to Dr. Friedman. Doc, hello. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Ann, how you doing? I'm doing great.
I love look at this guy. He's the greatest. You can see off the bat. First of all, thank you for calling me Ant. All right, because that's how we do it here. And he's a Princeton man.
Ooh, nice.
Proud of him. Look at that. It's fantastic. What'd you think of the draft, Doc?
Appreciate that. What do you? We all know how he did it again, right? We're feeling good.
You know what I love about this segment is that you guys are so knowledgeable about sports. Like, forget about doing God's work and repairing bodies. You guys know what's going on. Like, you guys are all about it. You guys are 4 for 4 guys, and I love it. Like, I love the fact that you guys know what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Big Eagles fan. Always follow it. Was that the Super Bowl? We're defending our world championship with this draft.
All right. We were talking about this team could go down. Would you agree that the Broad Street Bullies, because we just lost Ed Van Imp, and the Broad Street Bullies were the most legendary team in Philadelphia, right? Like, they just lasted forever. This current Eagles team has a chance to be the greatest team ever in Philadelphia history.
Yeah, I agree. It's all going to be about consistency. If we can do it again over the next couple of years, there's no question. And I was listening to part of the segment earlier. The Broad Street Bullies were now 50 years ago, right? So you've got this, like you said, a whole new generation that's watching, and certainly for us, this team will go down, better than the 2018 team, and even though that was our first Super Bowl. So yeah. I think we just if we can repeat the success, absolutely.
There you go, VG. Listen to Doc.
I hear him.
All right.
I hear him.
All right. So now, just as a precursor, we know that you're not treating Jihad Campbell's injuries, but we like to talk about them to educate the fan base on, we think about shoulder, we think about his injuries. Give us some insight into this, Doc.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we know is that it sounds like he injured his shoulder during that 2024 season with Alabama. He was still able to participate. We know he participated in the combine and then got it fixed, and he had a tear of his labrum. The labrum is the cartilage ring inside the shoulder where the ligaments attach. And in general, when somebody injures their labrum, it's because of some shoulder instability, that shoulder either partially or completely popping out of socket. Now, we never heard about him completely popping it out of socket, so it was probably like a subluxation where it partially popped out and he was able to continue participating and then required that surgery. But the hope is that he's going to have a full recovery and be able to return without any difficulty.
Yeah, it's funny because we talk about labrum, and obviously for a pitcher, it's, very, very serious. For a linebacker, even though you're using your shoulder to tackle and you're leaning in, you can get past that, right? Like, that's something that long-term you should be fine with.
Yeah, I think it's much less likely to cause him a long-term problem. It's always possible that when you're tackling with your arm outstretched and you're reaching for a tackle, it's possible that you can have shoulder instability. And sometimes when somebody has a labral tear in the back of their shoulder, when they're like out in front and blocking, it can cause a problem. But overall, I think the feeling is that he's going to have a full recovery. I mean, we know that the reason his draft stock dropped is because of that injury concern. But, you listen to Howie Roseman talk, and he was really willing to take that risk. The medical staff is looking over all this stuff to make a recommendation. And there's a lot of history of these type of injuries with other similar players. and whether or not it's going to cause Howie Roseman talk, and he was really willing to take whether or not that's going to cause a problem. And so we there's a lot of history there to know that he's likely going to do well. Now, one of the things you hear out of Howie, that they've been a little hush hush about this, but it's likely going to take 4 to 6 weeks into the season before they really have him playing full time. And I think they're expecting that. And they're going to allow him time for recovery. And luckily, our team's got some luxury. Hopefully, if Nakobe Dean comes back and is able to play, there's going to be no rush to return him. And then we've got a prospect that's got several years of productivity that we got kind of at a steal in the draft.
How would you look at it, just generally speaking, because we always hear about the idea of draft and medicals, right? Because you guys will look at players and prospects and take a look at their medicals. What would give you pause long term if we're talking about, and this is just in general, the type of injuries that would give you pause that you would say, just be careful about where you would take this player? Would it be more knee?
I think it could be shoulder, knee, or something else. I think anyone who's had a recurrent injury, a lot of times you're worried, now they injured it a second time and they've had to have a revision surgery and it can be worse. I mean, my partners have been going to the combine for a long time and examining some of these players, and it's amazing some of the things that you see and what people can play through in football. So, a lot of times, some of these injuries that would sideline me and guys can really, really play through and do extremely well with. But yeah, if somebody's had, really, more extensive arthritis in their joint and at a young age, you're worried about what their longevity is going to be like. And like I said, a recurrent injury, but so many of these people can come back. Look at Saquon. He tore his ACL several seasons ago and look where he was this year. And, there are certain small percentage where that can be a more devastating injury to get someone back. And I guess we're comparing something different. We're talking about a running back and we're talking about a knee, but I'm just saying, like, most of the time with a relatively straightforward injury, we can get people back to full strength and full ability to return. Especially something relatively straightforward like a labral tear. And, there's almost none of these athletes that get drafted without injury. I've had some opportunity to examine some of these athletes in the past, and there's so few of them that don't have an injury history.
I would think it has to be, especially when we talk about the level of college football you're playing, right? And you're for years, you forget, like, I think about baseball for a second. You got kids that have been throwing, right? Like from travel teams, high school, right? You're throwing constantly because you're playing fall ball, right? You have your season, you have off-season workouts. And now with specialty, you're using that body part constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see it in baseball with overuse things. And, when you think about football and the number of collisions that you have playing at a high level, going from, Pee-wee to high school to this high level college that they're playing to get to the NFL. That's why, almost all of them have had some type of injury. The thing that makes this harder to predict is just because of the timing, right? Because, it basically was surgery after the combines. Now, all of a sudden people get nervous, but the feeling was, and, again, in hearing Howie Roseman talk about the team looking at the medicals was, hey, we're predicting this guy's going to come back full strength, and we're really going to get a high value at later in the draft.
I love Doc.
Doc, this isn't something that normally like repeats itself and is a chronic thing. You can get it back and be good to go for a bit.
Well, look, with everything, there's a possibility, and there's certainly some possibility that he suffers a re-injury, but we have a lot of football players who even have, complete dislocations. They end up getting labor repair in the offseason and are able to come back very well, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's a little harder if you're a skill position player. You could have a problem, and occasionally with throwers like the quarterbacks. But honestly, a defensive player at linebacker, he really should be able to come back, and especially if we play him, off the ball on the edge. I mean, I think he's going to do very well.
Cool.
Love it.
Yeah, good news.
Yeah, will you watch the Derby?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to have to, figure out. I don't know if I'm going to drink any mint juleps or anything. But
you got to come down here one day, man. Talk sports and hang out with us. All right.
That'd be great. Thanks for the invite.
We love it, Doc. Great stuff, man. You guys are the best. Thanks, brother.
All right, thank you,
Dr. Kevin Friedman, a fantastic doctor who knows his stuff, man.
Yeah.
What a great guy. I mean, I love these Robin doctors understand that they're fans. I love it, All right, Danny D, get in here, Danny D. And let's talk about some of our friends like Empire
Today. A room starts with good flooring. And just like your favorite team needs a home court, floor, field, ice advantage, your home needs a home floor advantage. Empire Today can help you get it. Empire Today's got flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. We've all been to the big box stores. You wander the aisles looking for someone to help you out. And if you find someone, if you're that lucky, usually they don't even know what they're talking about. They're not flooring people. They're just general people who work every department of the store. Not at Empire. Empire Today lives and breathes flooring, and they'll be with you every step of the way. So it's a whole different ballgame. And they got flooring experts bring the showroom right to your house with their computer, take a couple pictures of the room you're putting flooring in, pick out some samples, and you see how it looks. You determine if you like it, if it matches before it's even installed. And with Empire Today, you get clear, upfront, all-inclusive pricing. Plus, you can schedule installation as soon as the next day if they got what you like in stock. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. PHLY listeners can receive a $350 discount when using the code PHLY. That's right, $350 discount with the code PHLY. Restrictions do apply. Visit EmpireToday.com/PHLY for full details. Empire Today.
There you go. All right, Danny D, get over here, man.
What's going on, cuz?
Danny D, DAD. It's a Friday, and we got our boy.
Back
Back
in the studio today, man. What's going on? Switching it up?
Well, there's going to be a big announcement.
Oh, love to hear it.
That's and why they're working on the outside where we usually do Fridays.
Yeah.
There's going to be another show.
Okay.
Out there, and pretty soon we'll announce who it is. You'll love it.
Awesome, man.
You'll absolutely love it.
Big time.
Yeah, it'll be a big time.
Yeah.
Hint Eagles. All right. So there's your hint.
There we go.
So I wanted to talk to you about this because I brought up the Baldy earlier just as a tease, and I need to figure. We have to flush this out. I was talking to a GM this week from a major program.
Yeah.
And football, and he was telling me that they are now only going to recruit 5 to 8 high school players every year.
It's crazy.
And I'm like blown away by it. Like it sounds insane. So high school football, what do we do with these kids now? I know there's going to be lower tiers and all, but what do you do?
It's really, really tough. It's the landscape's changing. These coaches are on short leashes. Money is everything. So you have to win now. So they want 23, 24, 25-year-old kids now. It's crazy. So the portal is where they're going to live. They want guys that can plug and play, and they'll take a few flyers on kids that they want to develop. So kids that might be high Division I talent, if you're not like a top 200-300 player, you're probably falling down, and you're going to have to go to like mid-major or low major or even D2 and then improve yourself. And then you get picked up in the portal. So it's tough because you usually think like, I want to be here for 4 years. That's super rare anymore. You're going to be in a rarity if you think you're going to go to a college and be there for the full 4 years.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and then I guess it's good for the low major to get more talent, but they know they can't hold them. So it's a quick, it's an evolving thing, and they, they limited the roster sizes, right? Because a lot of walk-ons, and you could stash kids and redshirt them, right? But you're limiting that roster size, so they're going to have to change how they operate.
So 105
is going to be a new roster
size. It's the new roster size
after July 1.
Right, 105. Now, so here's the thing: they almost have to change everything, because if you have, say, two conferences, the SEC and the Big Ten, say ACC, Big 12 fold in to where you have a setup, because I often thought it would be like the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah.
So if you have something like that, where does everybody else fall? And is it like soccer where, you go up and down?
Yeah, I mean, I
relegation?
I don't know how they're going to do the conferences. I really don't. Like Temple's an instance where they went football, they left the A-10 for football, right? And then they're in that other conference, American Conference.
Yeah.
So, like, those conferences still make money. They're still producing. So,
right, because TV contracts, like, here's the thing. Even though you have the tier of championship, right, and playoffs, people love to watch football.
Yeah, like the MAC, right? They have their own night, right?
Yeah, like the MAC shit. Like, those teams aren't, but they're making money.
So the TV still plays a role. And so I think there'll just be more kids going low major, mid major. That's going to have to be their slant. And like kids, like I'm seeing it now, even at the prep dealing with it. There's kids that are for sure potentially high Division I players. And they're like, this isn't committable yet. Like, we're interested, but like they're waiting because the portal. So it's super hard. Like, colleges will show interest and maybe give you an offer, but it might not be committable. So you have to even like, is this offer real? They're giving you the offer. They're saying, hey, we're interested, but we need to see more. And usually they used to want to lock kids in early. Now they're like, we'll wait. So now they're pushing kids to, you're going to not see kids committing in their junior years really anymore. If they do, it's going to be the late spring before their senior year, which is crazy. But there is still guys, like there is still programs. I mean, I think Nebraska's going small. I think still maybe 20 kids, maybe 15, 20 is like Penn State, and some bigger schools are still doing that. But again, you have to get creative. Like, how big do you want your freshman class if you're only going to allow 105 total?
Well, and also this guy told me that the freshmen who they will bring in will play.
Yeah, again,
they're like, we're not having money sitting on the bench.
No, so you're going to have to play the freshmen, right? If they're that good, you're going to have to pay them. And then you have a cap. How are you going to spend it? It's becoming like a professional sport. So, like, are you going to invest in these kids that are just going to do projects? So, a lot of them are like...
It's crazy.
I really think that schools might, like, partner up and be like, you're our farm system. Like, off-the-record type of stuff, right? Like, they might have a local mid-majors program and be like, hey, we're going to put kids here for you for a couple of years, and then we're going to try to recruit them, like close by, or have a quiet partnership between the two.
Wow.
I mean, I think because you're gonna have to.
So like Temple and Ohio State,
they could be like, hey, we want to get a kid. He'll be good for you for a year or two, but eventually, like, he'd be better for us. And
that's nuts.
Yeah,
I mean that's insane.
It's really, really crazy.
And but here's the farce of it, right? It's so not about education. Like, the idea of I'm going to go to college, right? And I'm going to go to my school. Now, I get, transfer here, there. But now it's like, no, your road is, I'm going to be at 4 different schools.
Yeah.
They could be on opposite. Look at Cam Ward. He's at Washington State.
Yep.
And then he's at Miami.
Yeah.
Like 2 opposite ends of the earth.
It's crazy. I think the only way they can ever limit the transfer rule is through education. So, because that's what college is for. And like 1% of the Division I athletes become professional athletes. So it's still a very small minority. And if you're transferring that much, it's really hard to graduate because the credits don't always transfer over.
I mean, are they actually even going to classes at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's really true business. But the guys that...
So I had a conversation about this.
Yeah.
And it varies program to program. Some programs put value in that.
Yeah.
And they have to do their work. Now, one program that might be in the Big 12 gives kids just do-overs. Like, if you fail a test,
just run it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
I mean, why do we even have to have them going to class at this point?
You
Like,
write
they're
a
just
paper
paid
and
athletes.
it sucks. You can rewrite it, son.
Yeah, why even go through that? Just have them. They're just paid. They just play football for the school.
But
They
the problem
generate
is
income for the university.
The 1%, there's only 1% are actually going to play professionally. So then what happens to the other guys is they just went there and
They have to get an education.
They're getting paid.
They're getting paid, but like you hear the big numbers, but a majority of the kids, and good, it's a great head start, but 100,000, 200,000, 300,000.
Yeah, not even.
That ain't going to set you up for life.
Right.
So it's like you need a degree.
You need skills.
I think the NCAA at some point will have to find something because to figure out a way with the transferring, because 4 schools in 4 years, it's impossible to graduate.
Never graduate.
No,
I
because the
transferred once. It held me over a semester. but-
Exactly. Like, because schools have their rules and what falls into it. And so it's crazy. Or they might, I mean, another notion is like they give you 5 years to just play, right? That they might just put a time limit because you just have to redshirt or blah, blah. They might be like, all right, you got 5 years of eligibility.
But JUCO doesn't count.
JUCO doesn't count.
So they're going to be farming these kids at JUCOs all over the country.
I think
Well,
so.
I mean,
What
you
think
think-
JUCOs like Ivy, right? You can't redshirt in Ivy. So a lot of Ivy League schools, they're recruiting you and they want you to maybe, get upgraded a little bit. They have like local JUCOs that they send you to, or a local prep school, and then they kind of like stash you there. You get the extra year. You get.
What are the local schools here, like prep schools?
There's not a ton in the area. Like there's like Boston has a bunch. There's a lot up and down. There's a couple in New Jersey, but not a ton locally that are prep schools. Like the Newman School is one that we sent a kid to because he was super young. He actually reclassed up when I was at the prep. This kid, he skipped a grade when he's like 4th or 5th grade, really smart.
Wow.
But then he became this phenomenal athlete, and he's graduating. It's just turning 17. So he ended up prepping at the Newman School in Boston, and now he's going to Rhode Island. So next year he'll go to Rhode Island. This kid, Jalen Harper. So there is value.
Do you think the JUCO rule changes at some point? Because you got the Bucknells and Lehighs. They're just not going to get any players. Kids will just go to JUCO and then to bigger programs. Why would you go to a Bucknell?
Well,
for
they
a
might
couple
start to
years?
go JUCO, Bucknell.
Yes. That's exactly right. You'll have to go to a way station like a JUCO from 18 to 19 or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you'll have to go play to show Michigan's, Penn State's that you can actually play. So then you go to Bowling Green. So you go to Newman School or whatever. Which one in Jersey?
Pennington School.
That's it. Go to Pennington, right? Stash a year. Go to Bowling Green, play 2 years, and then go Michigan for the last 2.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like, and then there's,
it feels like at some point those Bowling Greens may just get skipped over. The JUCOs start becoming
they become super
good,
competitive
because all the good kids are going to JUCO. Then you just go from
Yeah, but
JUCO.
you don't have enough. I don't think you'll have enough to make it to where you'll be able to see the talent.
So like a JUCO programs will
There's
not
a
get
lot
to
of
a
it. I
Lehigh
mean, you see
Bucknell
it.
level.
There's not a lot of JUCO
Well,
schools
I'd be curious to see
that are
how-
playing that
how it
level of
grows,
football.
how it grows. And agreed, but like again, the top kids will rise quickly. But we're talking about there's still like on a roster size 105, right? There's
That's a
still
lot of players.
a lot of kids. So like, there's going to be a lot of middle of the pack guys that are still going to have to go to that. Maybe so kids have to like temper their expectations, get a free education, and go from there, right? I mean, that's my advice.
And you're looking at the window, right? Looking at the window, 18 to 24 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm 18 and I don't have pro aspirations. I'm realistic. I can play D1. Like, I don't want to be in school 6 years, man. Like, even though I get to play, I'd rather just.
Or if you're getting paid.
But if you're getting paid now, though, like a lot of people are getting paid.
Yeah,
even
but if
you're-
I'm on that lower tier, I mean, I'd rather just
get work. But what are you if you
go
get
to
100 grand?
Ursinus for 2 years and
Yeah.
then transfer over somewhere.
Dude, you're grabbing 150 grand.
From JUCOs?
No, you're grabbing 150 grand in
Oh,
college.
Yeah, but you're not getting paid at JUCOs, so you got 2
but,
years.
But then you get paid at Bowling Green, not a lot, but you're going to get
But
paid.
the JUCO years don't count, so you technically have
No, I know, but
Right.
it's still 2 more years of school I got to
For
go
sure.
through.
for sure.
Oh, you're looking at it from as a 50
I'm not
year
going
old.
to JUCO for
You're
2
looking at,
years
you don't want to go.
and no pay. No way.
Oh, we're in overtime? OT? I'm engrossed in this conversation.
Overtime.
Attaboy,
Danny
Andrew.
D.
Also,
Danny D said, Danny D, oh, yeah, look, it's overtime.
also the thing is like not a long time ago, but recently it was like better to be younger.
Yeah.
More potential, right? We wanted 17, 18. Like now it's like the reclassing thing's coming back because kids want to be older to go in. So if you're 18, 19, 20, coming out of high school, you have a better chance because you're like, oh, he's more mature, he's more physical.
Yeah, but then you're hitting the pros like 24, 25,
But, I
and
mean,
you're
it's
losing
happening,
out
though.
on maybe a whole nother contract.
Agreed,
Yeah, but how
that's
many
how many percentage? That's
Yeah.
the smallest percent.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying like the average Division I player now, they have a better chance of getting into that role if you're a little old. It's crazy. Like the landscape, the trickle down. You never would have thought.
Oh my God, these poor kids. They got kids taking extra high school years. Kids taking JUCO 6 years in college. Kids are going to be going to school for like 22
How about
years
the
now.
parents? They're going to be.
But it became a business, right? It was always kind of a business, but now it's a true business. So now it's the landscape has changed so much, and I didn't think when they announced the NIL, I was like, great. I never thought of the trickle down how it would be, and that's kind of the main reason is they just opened it up and didn't have parameters. Now they're slowly trying to put parameters on it. But once you let it be the Wild West, it's really hard.
Well, and now once you're paying people, I think they can make transfer rules now. Like not a rule, but you sign a contract. You want to play here, Bowling Green, you play for 2 years.
But like me and Anthony,
we'll pay you a 2-year deal. You
we had
come
a
here
great
for 2 years.
conversation with Jill Bodensteiner at St. Joe's University, AD. But she's like, they're the rights.
Yeah, you'll
are
be able to
different
see
now.
that soon.
The rights, they have rights now that are paid employees, so they have like civil rights. So you have to think about like that side of it, like how you with these contracts.
But you're
like,
gonna get no compete clauses, maybe.
these contracts,
you want to transfer, you get a
they're all
1 year no compete.
No. They're all one-sided too for the kid.
Yeah,
they're all.
You can't
like,
lock them in.
Like you can.
I think that'll change eventually.
I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story. There's a quarterback, very promising quarterback, coming out of high school. The kid gets say $2 million a year. Has a big freshman year or a promising freshman year. Goes back, renegotiates, $3 million a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Then a kid goes, well, the handlers say, well, you know what? I mean, I can get more somewhere else, so you still got to bump them up. They've renegotiated with the kid 4 different times.
Yeah, but I think at some point they're going to have like
binding
options, or you have to sign a 2-year deal. You know what I mean?
No, but here's the problem again: is that you don't have a CBA.
Right. Yeah, but it's got to be coming, right?
I don't think
this
so.
transfer portal can't sustain it like this. They're going to have to do something.
Well, they're putting July 1st. We learned a lot, but July 1st there's going to be a salary cap. Basically, each school can spend $20 million across athletics.
Across athletics?
Across athletics. So they're allowed. The schools are officially allowed to pay them through the schools.
Yes.
$20 million cap.
Yeah.
But there's still going to be other workarounds.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But the cap, there's going to be a cap. So if you don't have football, like VCU is a good example. They're putting a lot of money on football, a lot of money in basketball.
Yeah.
So it helps the schools. But again, on the other flip side of it, like you see teams like LaSalle and Temple locally, they're losing their entire roster every year.
Yeah.
Temple had 3 kids return from last year's roster. LaSalle is rebuilding their roster. So it's really hard, and they're getting 1 year. These kids are rentals for LaSalle, and they might have a small budget to pay them. Like St. Joe's, I know they have like there's tournaments now where you can get money, so they might have $1 million or $2 million to spend. Yeah. But it's for that year. Like you don't know if it's constantly going to be there. Is the school going to say, okay, we're going to invest $2-3 million a year to pay these kids? So it's ever changing, and these schools are also businesses. They have to make. They have to run. They have to make profits.
So there's that salary cap comes next year.
July 1 it starts.
Yeah,
this year.
1, yeah.
Because I was afraid we talked about Texas is spending $35 to $40 million this year on football, but they think next year they're going to have to make adjustments.
They will, but they still have the NIL. They're still a collective.
So there's going to be a collective. I don't want to talk too much about it because Anthony did a phenomenal job interviewing Jill, and it will come out. But it's so informative, and it will blow your mind. The stuff you learn how these deals are happening and how kids are getting paid and how they navigate it.
It's unbelievable. How about it?
And
with the portal, you're basically a free agent twice a year.
Yes. They got to change the time. That's my biggest beef. Like the portal opens during championships.
Yeah.
And NCAA
nonsense.
Tournament. It's like, so there's kids like, I'm on the bench. My team's in the Final Four, but I'm on the bench. I got to put my name in the portal and become a distraction.
Yeah.
Or I might lose out on getting money. So like you put the kid in a really tough spot. So like that's something I think they have to change quicker. Is just those dates. I think that's an easy switch, but it's crazy because your team's competing, but you're like, shit, I'm losing out on money.
Right.
Like, I'm losing out on money, so it's crazy.
It is. It's nuts.
Real quick.
I was going to just bring that up to you.
It's huge. It's blowing up. We have 12 teams in the Catholic League this year. So you think about soccer, there's 8 schools. Basketball, 9 schools for a league. We have 12 in flag football.
Wow.
Everyone's competing. So the playoffs start next week. But in first place right now is Archbishop Ryan. You're 9-1. Lansdale's 9-1, and Woods 8-1. So they're bad on the top. Right behind them is Egan at 7-3, Hubert's at 6-4, Carroll's 5-5, West is 5-5. So ton of parity, man. Like they're all just beating up on each other. Carroll's 4-6.
Have you done? Have you been to?
I've been to one, and it was intense. I was shocked.
Really?
I was shocked how locked in and how hard they're competing. And again, we've talked on this. We think me and Anthony think it's probably going to become a Division I sport eventually because it's just growing. I mean, see a big sports league.
Big interest in it.
Yeah, and the NFL is getting behind it. But a sports league like us to have 8 teams in most leagues, 8 teams participating in sport, to have 12 in a sport that just started.
Is Little Flower in that?
Yeah, all of them play. Little Flower, Newman, they're all playing. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. But so big shout out to the girls. Championships.
Yeah.
I'll give an update, but I think the quarters, like the playing rounds, May 7th, and then May 12th, the following Mondays, the semifinals, and then championship in mid-May. So just wanted to give the girls some love. And,
I love it.
And let's have a good finish, man.
Ooh. I love it, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love it. Hang around. You like the Derby?
Yeah, I'd love to watch it. I've gone twice for bachelor parties. It's electric.
Really?
Yeah, 2 different bachelor
You
parties.
had bachelor parties at the Derby?
So the first one, me and my buddies, we actually drove an RV. That was a mistake. That was dirty living.
Yeah, I
we
don't
stayed
wanna be
in
a
the
bunch of
RV
dudes in
park.
an RV.
That was crazy. The next time we did it right, we stayed in a hotel for my buddy Timmy Dugan's bachelor party, and it was so much fun. The Oaks, the Derby.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's a party down there.
That's awesome.
But being able to go to the booth, it's super old school there. Like Churchill Downs is like, they haven't updated anything. It's like as old school as you can think, like 1950s going to the window with
Oh, yeah.
it's
Wow,
so
with the
cool.
cash?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, that's classic.
Just doing trifectas all day, hanging out in the infield, and
That's awesome. That sounds like fun.
yeah. So I don't watch it until like, so I'm not like a guy. I'm like
Right.
a fake horse guy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it when Triple Crown starts.
Yeah. I'm a fake guy. I got friends of mine who are real horse guys.
Yeah, there's people that actually know, like, oh,
Yeah.
this track means so much more, and I kind of just
This
listen.
jockey, right?
Yeah, just try to listen to them and throw a couple trifectors in, you know?
Yeah, that's some fun.
Have some fun. Parks, dog. Got to throw them at Parks.
That's
right?
it, brother.
That's it.
That's it. I
Come
love
on,
it.
man. Come on.
Bro, where's the bro?
I saw him here today.
Yeah, the bro's
He's out there.
Mr. LaSalle. Go get the bro,
He's holding
Joey.
court out there in the middle section. He's got a little crew around him today.
Who's that?
The bro's holding court out there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. He walks around like it's he's at Sea Isle.
He does dress like he's at the beach.
He
Yeah,
does.
he's
Well,
got the
he, and
flip-flops on. Yeah,
he's the big. I don't like the thong flip flops.
I never wore them, man.
Never.
I don't wear them either, man.
Nah.
I don't understand it.
Nah,
I had to
do.
wear them as a
Slides.
kid. They're the
That
worst.
does not surprise me.
I wear them, yeah.
I know.
That
Does not surprise me that you would wear them. I don't get it.
I grew up on them.
Slides. It's weird.
I don't like that thing jamming between my toes
I
at all.
know. You got to wear
Reef.
slides.
Reef makes
not
a really
the
good one.
thongs.
They said you're dressed like you're going to sea out there, bro.
Middle camera.
He's just like you. Yeah.
Woo! Party.
The slides are weird because then I get sweaty feet and then you slide out the front of it. They're
Oh,
terrible.
dude. No, it's weird.
Yeah,
wearing
you
the
can toe
thong.
hook. You can toe hook in the thong.
I can help you all, man.
Yeah.
If you're not near the beach, wear sneakers. That's it.
These are like heat boxes down there, man. I can't put socks on. I hate it.
Dude, weird. All right. What do we got? Bro's coming in strong.
Bro's got a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy.
All
so
right,
I don't know
so-
squat about horses, so bear with me.
No, but you know people.
Yeah, I got a guy who's in the. He grew up around the track, friends with some jockeys. Dad is like a hardcore, spends every day at the track, like talking to people, all that. So these are his picks. I lean on him every year.
All right. We're going to see how they do.
So I checked the weather report this morning. Scattered thunderstorms still. It's going to be raining in the morning, early afternoon. They can't guarantee or dismay that it's going to be raining during the race. So you do need a
Look
mutter.
at that. It's good. That's good knowledge.
For the
Or a
flat.
jumper.
For the flat run.
Dude, did you hear this earlier?
What?
Such a non-sportsman.
I got a guy calling in who's going to tell you that it is a sportsman
You got
thing.
another continent.
Yeah, you guys
There's
in
flats,
Italy.
there's flats, and there's jumpers. Flats and jumpers.
He's talking about flats and jumpers. What the frig you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about the Derby. He's like, you like flats or jumpers?
Yeah, it's like
like you don't like. I see
Apparently
something
they
about
got-
horse race.
Apparently, the same. They got a race where they jump over shrubs and hurdles.
yeah.
and stuff.
That's
not over
That's
here.
the Devon Horse Show.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a name for it. I forget.
Exactly.
Jumpers, apparently.
No, they're like the actual race.
It's
is called
equestrian.
something. Yeah,
You know.
I think they do it. Like,
But Mister, I swear to God, he talks like he's in England.
oh, Arsenal won the
Oh,
league.
my
You know, he's
God.
all
No,
fired up.
Liverpool won the
Liverpool,
league.
Liverpool.
Not Arsenal.
Or Liverpool. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
get it
Liverpool.
right.
My
Dude,
bad, my bad.
the worst thing. You know what's worse? He says today. Tomorrow, Phillies play Arizona.
Cardinals are coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, Arizona's
I
coming
said
tomorrow.
Diamondbacks.
Arizona's coming in tomorrow.
It's Friday. You don't play on Fridays in baseball?
It's like an off
Like
day.
that's a bad mistake.
Sorry, I'm cloudy today.
That's a non-sportsman. That's a non-sportsman thing to say.
These allergies are killing me. I'm cloudy.
Car's covered in pollen. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
Linda in the chat. It's a dressage. That's
Yes.
what they call that stuff, right? The
I
jump
think
in
they
and
do
stuff.
it at the-
Dressage.
I think they
Yes.
do it at the Derby on the infield grass track this week. But it's
Right.
like
Aha!
the fancy foo-foo like
Aha!
this. Nobody really cares.
Dressage.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so my buddy's tips. He says, weather is dicey, so give that the caveat. But assuming the track is somewhat dry, I like sovereignty best.
Sovereignty.
My dad talks with the trainer. The horse, here's some good horse talk for you.
All right.
The horse is loaded for bear.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I like that. A
Sure,
horse
why
loaded
not?
for bear.
Don't know what
Yeah.
it means, but yeah. Yeah.
The morning line will probably drop down to 5-1, but currently at 12-1. I talked to him
Okay.
yesterday, so
Oh, yeah?
so get in early on.
Does that
him.
mean something? Like if you get it at a certain, or is it?
Locks you in. So like if it drops,
Yeah,
you're already in.
better numbers.
it's the
Okay.
same thing with like NFL games.
Like
When
you're
sharp money
picking-
comes
okay.
in, the line's going to change.
All right.
Both Japanese horses are getting a lot of buzz and can be used. My Bomber Special, his long shot, is 3 Final Gambit at 30-1. Lots of speed, so a closer will likely win. His Exacta box, 3, 6, 7, 9, 18.
3, 6, 7, 9, 18. So he boxes those 5 horses.
Yeah. And then he's got the Oaks. He's got a trifecta box, 7, 8, 12 in the Oaks.
Oaks is 7, 8, 12.
Yeah.
And that's today.
Yes.
What time's that race?
It goes off like between 5 and 6.
I was
right
going to
around
say
there.
right around
I feel like I'm usually at
5:30-ish.
the bar for happy hour
Yeah.
for the Oaks.
Yeah.
The Oaks would be in there. The Oaks is a more fun day.
Really?
Yeah.
People
Not
love
as
the Oaks.
Crazy. It's more of my speed. I thought the Oaks was much more fun than
Yeah, I worked it one year, and I thought the Oaks was like kind of cooler.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Derby's more like pomp and circumstance. and
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Oaks was a little like
Yeah, it's not
prettier.
as much peacocking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more our style. It's more Philly the Oaks.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. The Oaks.
For those, if you didn't see it yesterday, Girardi likes the 8 and 9 horse in the Derby and the 14 at the Oaks.
What's journalism? What number is that?
Is he 3? Or journalism 3? I don't
So the
know.
9 horse came up in Girardi's and my buddy's pick. So
Okay.
that's a strong one.
All right.
There's a trainer named Lynch. I think I got to sprinkle a little on that.
Ah, you got to go. Yeah.
Owens something. Owens Destiny or something.
Okay. He's a Lynch.
He's
All
a
right.
Lynch trainer.
All right.
So, good hands.
All right. How's your boys? How's your LaSalle squad baseball?
They're doing well.
First place.
Yeah, they're killing it. They got a new field this year. You know who's their coach? Is one of the Phillies hitting coach's brother. They played at UVA together. I'm blanking on the last name.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Man, he knows everything.
His brother's the Phillies minor league instructor hitting coach.
Oh, that's
They both
awesome.
played at UVA together. So
Oh,
LaSalle
very
baseball's
cool.
killing it.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, my boys. Great stuff as always. All right.
Great seeing you, bro.
Enjoy yourselves at the Derby party.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'll be at the bar.
Yeah, watch the show race.
Yeah, you'll be
Stop
doing.
at PARX first.
You know, there you go, brother. There you go. All right, that's going to do it for us. But we still
Wait,
have,
we have TV Todd and Sam.
Yeah, that's right, Sammy.
Yeah.
I wasn't forgetting Todd because I have stuff I want to bring Todd.
Oh, great.
No, I was saying they'll do it for us here, and then we're going to go to Todd but we got Sammy. So let me get Sammy up here. Let's go across the pond and talk to our buddy Sam from England. Hello, Sam. Top of
Sammy.
the morning, or actually it's later today. What's going on, buddy?
Good afternoon. I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, Sam,
Fill us in, buddy.
Sam, can you pull your sleeve down? I want to see that Sixers tattoo. Come on, buddy.
I know. I'm wearing black. I got the memo. We're all wearing black to
Looks
mourn
good,
the
Sammy.
He always
playoffs.
does.
Yeah,
Sammy
thank
looks
you.
good. Sammy, you got shape. You got the guns working. Look at that, dude. I like it.
It wasn't intentional. I realised as I brought the phone towards me, but me and Andrew need to swap places, right? I'd rather be watching MLB, NFL, NBA, and he'd be rather watching Premier League because my team got relegated. So
you got relegated.
Man.
Yeah.
Who's your squad?
Yeah, Southampton. So we're at the moment we're joint, got the lowest points ever in the Premier League history with another team. So we need to get one more point to not go down in the record book.
Sam, if you could see the smug face Andrew's making, he's so happy hearing this.
I know.
Fastest team to get relegated.
We've also got the fastest team to get relegated. We got the biggest defeat as well. We lost 9-0 twice. So it's very depressing.
Oh
so
my
when
God,
the Eagles win the Super Bowl,
in soccer,
Holy
twice.
To who?
I was at the game. I left to get Leicester or Leicester or however you guys would pronounce it, but Leicester beat us 9-0, and we were losing. It was absolutely chucking it down. So I left at half time. We were down to 10 men, 5-0, and I thought I'll wait till I said to my kid, I'll wait till half time or wait till the fifth goal goes in. Fifth goal goes in. And I'm like, we just got to go now. Get in the car, and it's like 7-0, and I'm like, what? And then I get home, and it's 9-0. I'm just like, I was like, and it was a November time, so I was like, the Eagles need to win this weekend, and I think the Eagles lost. And I was like, this is the worst weekend of my life.
God, losing 9-0. That's like losing 63-0 in football.
I know, and I don't hear the end of it. So when the Eagles win the Super Bowl, this is why I fly over and I overreact like anyone would, and not think about flying over, spending money. It's because they just bring me joy in my life, and the Phillies do as well, But I'm living series by series at the moment. The Phillies, I'm not taking it game by game. If we win the series, I'm good. We lost last night, but we still won 2-1. So that's how I look at the series. Win the series, plug away those wins, and then I'm a happy man. But
let me ask you a question.
Sorry. Yes.
Today, what day of the week is today?
Friday.
Right. Now, what happens during the MLB schedule on Fridays?
Normally for TV games.
Well, no,
City Connect game.
Everybody plays, right, on Friday?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Now, your boy here, the wannabe Brit, thought the Diamondbacks were coming into town tomorrow.
You thought today was an off day.
Today was an off day. Isn't that a red flag for a non-sports guy?
I think so. I mean, to be honest, he's probably still living off the high, but I am going to stick up for him and say, so I sent a picture to you, VG, on X. The hurdle jumps is a legit thing. So if you think I've got Irish heritage, you can't say you're Irish if you don't know there's the importance of steeplechase. There's a race at the moment meeting called Punchtown. So most betting apps would probably have it if you're allowed to do international horse racing like I am. And you can watch a race then. And ironically, actually, all of Jamie's tips are ones I was going to suggest. Because the Dolphin, who wear all blue, they pay hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for their horses. Sovereignty is owned by Godolphin, Arab UAE owned ones, and the 30-1 shot won the UAE Derby, which is a Breeders' Cup sort of thing that they have in Dubai now. And I said that would be a good each way bet, or however you guys, because you've got different terminologies to me. Is it each way, place, whatever you guys call it? Top 3 finish, basically.
Oh, so that would be, like across the board. Win, place, or show.
Yes. So that's what I would, I definitely think. And same with Poach. I've done bachelor parties at our version of the Kentucky Derby. So at Newbury or Newmarket for our sort of big flat meets, as I would call it, flat racing, VG. I've done a few of those.
But here's
It's a
the
good
thing,
day out.
I get it. In Ireland, there's this race, but normal horse racing, whatever country you're in, there's a track. You're not jumping.
Well, no. So the biggest race in the world, or one of them, it's up for debate. Is the Grand National, which is near Liverpool. So unfortunately, it is near a rubbish soccer team.
Yeah.
And it's it's 4 miles long, and it's hedge jumping, but they do it in France. So you got France, most of Europe, like France, Italy. They've got jumping horses as well, but France, Britain, and Ireland generally. You're right. It is predominantly in France, Britain, and Ireland that they do it, but flat racing is obviously worldwide, but they do those big jump races are massive. Like you get millions of people.
The kid lives in Pennsylvania. He don't live in Europe. He's not part of the EU.
I'm worldwide, man.
I get the same abuse, right, when I say
he doesn't even know the
Eagles are
name
world
of it.
champions.
It's the jumper race. He doesn't even know the name of it.
Yeah,
He's a
hurdle race.
fugazi. He's a wannabe Brit. He's a fugazi. At least I
wannabe
appreciate
American.
the British culture. All the TV shows I watch.
I know, right? I'm gonna watch that 1,000 Cuts or whatever it's called soon. So I am gonna watch that.
Have you seen Mobland?
That's based in Liverpool, right? So I might. Is it got Sean Penn in it or whatever his name is?
Tom Hardy.
What's his name? Tom Hardy's in it. Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, it's a great show. It's Mobland, great show. Tom Hardy. It's so compelling. I just watched the latest episode. I can't stop. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it holds up. It's got legs.
Got great legs.
Nice.
It's in Liverpool as well.
You normally have, yeah, exactly, and you've got good recommendations. And I'll be honest, Pat, when I spoke to him at the bar that time, he gave some good ones as well. And obviously, TV Todd, I trust you guys for TV. Andrew, as much as I do like him, I don't always trust everything he says. Being a Liverpool fan,
you can't trust anything he says. No, nothing. Yeah, nothing. Especially sports.
Diamondbacks.
Like if we're talking sports, Sam, you crush him.
I know movies.
Even that was a fake English accent.
I wasn't trying to do an
movies.
I would try and do a really bad Dalco accent to do an impression of Andrew, but I won't.
To do it.
Hold on. No, I can't. I'm just terrible.
Come on, Sam, do it.
Come on, Sam, do it.
That's good, man. I love it.
Sam, I'm not good.
Do yourself a favor and search Delco on Google. There's some news happening yesterday in Delco that was quite entertaining.
She was just arrested.
What, the lady being arrested for
Yes.
Yeah.
The
I want to be American, remember? I'm a wannabe Philadelphian, so I get all the Philadelphian news, and I get all the news. I did see that. I did see that. It was quite funny, but yeah. And just a side note before I forget, I've met Jamie, I think 4 times, and I've never seen him in sneakers. So he's always wore flip flops.
He's a flip flopper. He is.
He is. He is. Every time I've met him, he's always wore them.
And I don't get the thong. You got to wear this. It doesn't surprise me that Andrew wears the thong too.
Nah, of course
not.
That's
yeah.
The reef thong is
a violation.
Good. Yeah,
it's a violation. I'm not having
violation. Agreed. Yes. Sammy, you're the man, buddy. How's Iverson doing?
He's okay. He's got a big game this weekend. We're playing Monday, so if he wins, his team gets promoted in soccer. So that'd be great. The middle son's team's over, and the youngest, mate. I've made like a makeshift. What do you call it? Where you put the ball on like a stand when they're playing Little League, when they hit it off of a tee or something. Is that what you called it?
They put the T-ball. You talking about?
T-ball, yeah. So I've made a little pretend T-ball, and he's hitting the baseball, and he's hitting it really well. So much so, he lost my limited edition Phillies London Series baseball because he hit it so far.
Oh, nice!
Yeah. So for 3 years old, I think I've got a potential.
Here you go, brother. Here you go, man. You got to crack the whip.
I'll be over soon. I will. I'll be over to get him in some baseball lessons.
I got you, buddy. I got you. Sammy, have a great weekend, brother.
You too.
There he is, Sam from England. Always great to talk to Sam. And now, TV time. Act like a man. You can't handle the truth.
It's time for TV time.
Man of exquisite taste. That's right. TV Todd. Todd, before we get started, my brother, Ed Van Imp passes. A bully goes. We were talking about this. The Bullies, the most legendary team in the history of Philadelphia. Can the Eagles, if they win another Super Bowl, can this team supplant the Bullies as the most legendary team in the history of Philadelphia?
You know, I think it's a matter of perspective, right? Because I think if you're our age, I would say the answer is no. Because the first team to really do that, to capture our hearts, to capture the city the way they did, will always be with us as the number one feel, you know? But I think if you're a younger generation, I don't think they even think about the Bullies. So at the end of the day, the Eagles are their bullies.
I mean, I agree with what he's saying. Kind of.
There's some skepticism at that table.
So
you got the Hound.
I agree to this point.
The Hammer.
See, but I agree to this point that, and I made the point earlier about the 50-year-old man, right, who remembers this stuff as you're growing up. It's lore, it's the whole thing. Yes, they have all the nicknames and all that stuff. But if you're actually going to look at it with your eyes open, this Eagles team is a lovable, fun bunch. And they're going to win. I mean, look, Barkley, A.J. Brown, Lane, Mailata, all the kids on defense with Cooper and Carter and all the characters. But they're lovable. Big Dom. Like, you have all these people. This group, you win again, they're going to win with defense and a running game. Like, that's Philadelphia. They're going to be dominant. They could be dynastic. How could they not be the greatest, most legendary team ever? And it's football to boot.
Yeah, I think that, you know, listen, again, it's very subjective. It depends what your true, like, we're all 4 for 4 guys, but we all have our number one, right? We can always say who our number one is. You know, I'm a Flyers guy ultimately. So at the end of the day, but, you know, also when you think about back then, the personalities were much more, I mean, I know we get football interviews and we see these guys, I get it. But those bullies, they were in our community. They were in our bars every night. I don't know. I feel very differently about that group. I love them all. But at the end of the day, I don't think anyone for me is ever going to surpass the Broad Street Bullies and the connection that they had to the city.
Well, the time period, you can't divorce the time period. No social media, no phones, you know.
That's right. That is true. And there was a fascination because of that, right? You know, when Bobby Clark or Bernie would show up at your restaurant or bar, it was like a big deal. You know, so now it's like people show up at bars, restaurants all the time, and we're all seeing it on social media. We're kind of, you know, we're kind of numb to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
You're never going to see any of those players in bars or restaurants. And if you do, they're not hanging out with you doing beers and stuff like at Rexy's and stuff. I mean, I have nephews, 21, 19. I mean, they don't know who any of the Broad Street Bullies are. Like, they have no connection. So, yeah, we'll be phased out at some point. And then
it's getting close, VG. It's getting close.
Man. Yeah. Those AARP magazines keep piling up.
Oh, I throw them out. You know, whenever I get that in the mail, I throw them right out. I'm not playing into that nonsense.
Hey, why we got here? We're talking Flyers. Elliot Friedman, he's a good guy from Sportsnet Canada. So he was on a podcast. He says that Tocchet is at the top of the Flyers list, but there's a growing belief that Tocchet may consider TV next season, and that another guy on the list is Brantford Bulldogs head coach Jay McKee, who I guess Danny Briere played with, and he's having some success in the OHL.
He's having sex in the OHL?
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. I hope he is. I hope he sounds like I hope he's a young, healthy guy.
Tocchet!
What?
I want Tocchet. Tocchet.
Yes. So
come on.
I mean, Tocchet would.
Tocchet
would be
negotiating tactic to be like, TV sounded.
Well,
pretty
he
good.
may. You know, Tocchet made it clear when he turned down the or I guess he turned down the option, whatever you want to call it.
he made it clear that he was going to explore options both in and out of hockey coaching. So it doesn't surprise me he's looking, but I don't know, man. I got to think this guy's going to end up as our next coach.
I hope. Yep. I really hope, and I believe that too. Dude, before we get to what we're watching, what I've been watching has been scintillating because it's the NHL playoffs and the theater is just incredible. It's just been amazing. I mean, last night going back and forth between Lance and Kings Edmonton. I mean, Lance Dallas, Rantanen goes wild in the second period, and then Cale Makar and McKinnon. I'm a big Cale Makar fan.
You love Makar.
I do. And then you got, Edmonton and I was rooting Kings. It's just been incredible. Hey, Winnipeg, St. Louis is awesome. Toronto, Ottawa. Like, it's been great theater.
Yeah, as these series tightened up, it got even better, right? I thought this first round was going to fizzle a bit. And it's been really good. Like last night, man, when the Senators tied that up on that crazy goal on the power play, ricochet off the arm of, Stoli, I was like, oh, here we go again, Toronto. And then, obviously they did what they did, but I was rooting for G. I was hoping G was going to tie that baby up. That was fun too. But,
meanwhile, Scotty Lawton plays a big role.
Hit the post. He hit the post at the end.
Then he blocked the shot that led to the clinching goal.
Good for Sarge. Good for Sarge.
You really rooting Sens over Maple Leafs? Yeah.
I'm rooting Berube.
Yeah, I was rooting for G. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'd love to see that guy get a cup.
Really?
Yeah, I'm indifferent.
You love G, yeah.
Well, I don't have any hard feelings towards him. I think he gave it all he could here. I think he led us for a long time. He could only do what he, look at the teams that were around him. And I think he's just generally a good guy.
I got no ill will towards G, but I'm rooting Berube.
Well,
I figure you're a Berube man.
I'm both. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels like you're a G guy over Berube.
Well, I probably am.
It's just been great.
This is a Chiefs show, buddy.
I tell you, I've just been loving it, man. And I don't know about you guys, TNT, spectacular.
Agreed.
Way better than ESPN. ESPN stinks.
I'm really looking forward. This Edmonton, Vegas, both home ices.
Yeah.
The buildings are rocking.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
And the broadcast, it looks great. It sounds great.
I got a great series going on up here right now. It's it's good. Tonight is the game, right? So Phantoms Bears round 1. The Phantoms are definitely a better squad than before. I mean, I was there the other night and I was watching closely Jet. I was watching Jet play and also this kid, Alex Bump from Michigan, Eastern. Those two really are great. They're going to be great. You could see Jet.
You think Jet legit? Is he a top 6?
I think he could be a top 6. I watched him I watched his decision making last night or Wednesday night, and I thought it was really sound. He's got great confidence, but also this Bump kid, he's a bit cocky. You've seen the interviews with him. He's pretty darn good, this kid. I think I was really impressed. But the whole lineup there, you got Abels and you got Lixell and it's an interesting, fun roster. And then you're going up against the GOAT, right? The Bears are the GOAT of the AHL. Until they're taken down, they're 2-time champs, 13 Calder Cups. It's a good series so far.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's great. You ever see any Flyer guys up here? I'm sure.
Well, usually, yeah. But tonight, I think Jonesy and Danny are going to be up tonight. So hopefully I'll be hanging with those guys.
Yeah, buddy. That's great. That's going to be awesome. All right. What are we watching over the weekend?
Let me tell you what I watched this morning. So this morning I got up, had my coffee, and I watched a little show on Vice called The Grudge. and I specifically watched episode 5, starring our own beloved Cuz. Cuz you're not only are you great in it, you're the thumbnail on the episode.
You are.
So,
I watched it yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, I watched it. It was great.
I appreciate
really
that.
good. It's really good. So the series for your audience is a Vice series called The Grudge, and each episode is sort of an analysis of grudges in sports, like Shaq versus Kobe, or Brett Favre, or as Ben Stiller would say, Favre. Brett Favre versus Rodgers, the Avalanche versus the Red Wings, and then our beloved Cuz is the guy doing the best episode, T.O. versus McNab, baby. I loved it. It's him, it's you and Cataldi, right? Pretty much going back and forth and talking about it. And I love the fact that you mentioned the sports gods and, what the sports gods did to us with T.O. And it was great. I really enjoyed it. It's great.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Your fans need to check it out. It's really good. It's streaming right now, all episodes.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah. So, in the rest of the television world,
real quick.
Yeah,
I said this earlier to Sam, but dude, I know you're waiting to binge it all at once. This Mobland it's tremendous.
I know.
Tremendous.
I've heard really great things. It's killing me. I may go in a little bit sooner, but I want to binge that one. Your boy Tom Hardy.
Oh,
I mean, we love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy has the #1 movie on Netflix right now.
No.
It's a movie called Havoc, and he plays a detective breaking up a drug deal. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a big action adventure drug dealing craziness, and it's the #1 film on Netflix.
He's the greatest, man. He's such a great actor. I'll watch anything he's in. He's the best.
It's incredible.
He's cool,
and he's
man.
different.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's different in everything. See, people like him, but let's focus on his chops, man. This guy is an actor.
Dude, he plays. Do you know the movie with Gandolfini he's in?
No, I don't think so.
So it's him and Gandolfini. And it's the last movie James Gandolfini made before he died. In fact, I just got to look it up. It's really gritty. It's like in New York. It's called The Drop, and it's really, really good. And it's him and Tom Hardy and Naomi Watts.
Nice. That's a good cast.
And
it's a great cast.
Yeah, but it's really good. Like it's gritty. But Tom Hardy plays like a guy that's slow. He plays Gandolfini's cousin, who's like slow, and he's New York accent. He's unbelievable. He's such a great actor. He may be one of the greatest actors of our time, like the greatest actor.
I thought, I
was always a DiCaprio, and I think Hardy better.
Yeah,
Leo.
Hardy.
Oh yeah, he's way better than Leo.
I'm a Leo fan.
I think he is too. I mean, they're both great, obviously, but I think he is too. When I saw the Bike Riders, and I was sitting there in the theater, and I was like, how does this guy that does Alfie on Peaky and all this stuff, how is he now playing basically Marlon Brando?
Yeah.
And totally believable.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible, dude.
I don't understand. His accents are incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
how
just
do you
talented.
get there? How do you actually naturally speak with a British accent and you have that? Like, he had a New York accent, like a Barrow, Staten Island accent. Like, it was impressive.
Yeah, it's one thing to have dialect coaches. It's another thing to be able to pull it off, and to pull it off, in a way that's believable and not distracting. Because that's the thing with accents. It could be very distracting if they're not pulled off properly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's great, man. I love him. There's another movie I think your audience should watch this weekend that just premiered, I think maybe last night or today. We talked about it a little bit previously. It's a Steven Soderbergh film, which I love. and it's called Black Bag, and I really recommend it. It's Kate Blanchett, it's Michael Fassbender. It's great. It's almost feels like real time. They're these two spies for the CIA, and Fassbender starts to get information believing that his wife may be selling secrets, and he's got to deal with it. But it's got this great intense dinner party scene. It's a great Soderbergh film, and that one's on Peacock starting today, I believe.
He's a really good director. He really is.
Great director. And by the way, cuz he just came out the other day and he said, for any indie filmmakers that are out there, he said 2 things. Low budget, which you know me, I always push low budget, and the thriller horror genre. He said those 2 things right now are what's selling. Everything else, definite crapshoot.
What's the matter, bro? Kicking me out of my studio? Excuse me? If I want to go to 5 o'clock, I'll go to 5 o'clock. Maybe you didn't get the memo. See ya.
Wow. Power move.
Nah, I know. We're gonna go. I gotta bust this.
You just told the king of content.
Can I please like he's gonna interrupt the show and give me this signal? Like he knows me better by now. He didn't just walk in. He just didn't like find me.
No.
Right? Like he knows we worked together. I brought him with me for 25 years. If you get this, what is my reaction going to be?
Not good.
Right?
Not good at all.
Like we know that Todd's our last segment. We saved Todd for last to get us started for the weekend.
Yes.
We understand that there's a Flyer show at noon.
Yes.
Anyway.
I'll be watching the Flyer show at noon.
I know you will. So will I. Because we love it. Anyway. Anything else? I mean, this is great stuff.
Yeah. Real quick, there's a movie that's out in the theaters starting today that I'm going to review for you next week because I'm pretty pumped about it. And it's a Nicolas Cage movie. It's called The Surfer. And this movie is getting great reviews.
This.
Yeah, it's getting great reviews. The trailer will just have you on the edge of your seat. He basically plays this dad who takes his son on a surfing trip to Australia, and he gets psychologically tortured by this group of Australians. It sounds very similar to me. Do you remember Straw Dogs, the Dustin Hoffman film from back in the day?
Yes.
It feels very Straw Dogs to me. Dark. They're saying it's Nicolas Cage's best movie in years. I'm going to go see it. We'll talk about it next week.
That sounds awesome, man. I read about this movie. I heard it. I heard it's going to be really good. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. That's
I'm
awesome.
pretty excited about it. And I'll leave you. I sent a picture to Andrew, and I always like to throw a topic out to you guys. I don't know if you have time, Andrew, to pull it up, but there's this movie theater. There's a movie theater here in Switzerland that installed screens on their bathroom floor. So if you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the movie, you don't miss the movie.
I like it. I might just sit in there and watch the movie. I don't have to worry about anyone coughing or talking. Yeah, man.
I wanted to see VG
spot.
Yeah.
I wanted to see VG what you thought about it. There's a theater near me called the Allen Theater. And they were the first one that when you went into the bathroom in the middle of a movie, you could hear the audio of the movie.
Okay.
You could still hear the audio so you can keep up with it. I thought that was genius.
Yes.
And this takes it to another level.
That's awesome.
I like it. If there's a bidet there, I'm never coming out.
You're going to move in.
You can't snack, though.
No, I wouldn't bring
Yeah, you
snacks
can't
in there.
snack.
I'm not a monster.
No, I mean, come on. It's not animal.
Jeez, just to get away from all the people talking and stuff.
Yeah. Brother, great stuff. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right. That's going to be fun.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks, guys.
best.
Have a great weekend.
You too, brother. The great TV Todd. All right. That is going to do it for us. We're getting done, bro.
We got to go back in the day. Do we
Oh,
have,
back.
do we have
wait.
to?
Not yet, bro. Back in the day.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back.
Lock the door.
Back in the day with Rite Aid. Yeah.
What we got?
21 years ago, Kentucky Derby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little fun.
Nice.
Why not for Derby Eve?
Smart.
Links from the lead as Lionheart turns for home, and undefeated Smarty Jones comes wide off the turn, and these two hook up at the top of the stretch. Lionheart is all heart, Smarty Jones is all out, and those two deadlocked at the 8th pole, and Smarty Jones is roused to the lead by journeyman jockey Stuart Elliott, and they have taken the lead away from Lionheart. Farther back, it's Limehouse and Imperialism, and here is the first undefeated winner of the Kentucky Derby since Seattle Slow.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's cool. Very cool.
Yep.
All right, great job, Andrew. Always a lot of fun.
Nice work, Andrew.
All right, VG, enjoy. You got Phillies?
No Phillies. I'm flying out to Utah tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. VG's off next week. We're gonna miss you.
I'll be back on Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, have a safe trip.
Thanks.
We'll give the pagan our love.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try and check in from out there.
Everybody have a great weekend. We love you. We'll see you on Monday.
We all silly like the mayor.